solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know we have an Instagram channel? MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, Best Bets, Fantasy Football Advice, and real-time updates during Chiefs games. Get behind-the-scenes content from all the guys on a daily basis. It's exactly why Instagram was created, to look at a bunch of 30-year-old dudes giving sports opinions. Kansas City's FM sports station, and your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes content at The Fan 965, KFMC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Red Friday is upon us. You've made it. Mac, you had such a long week here.
Drove through it, man. I made it.
Yeah, no jet lag. There's some jet lag last night. No, well, yeah, no pun. Plenty of pun intended.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good one for you to start the morning off. I like it because it was a double-digit win by the Jets. They doubled up the New England Patriots last night. I know 27-14, not quite doubling it up, but they show they're a real football team, man. And people continue. They started 1-2, and now here they are sitting at 9-2 on the season, and they're going to win that division. I just don't think Buffalo has what it takes this year to probably come back and win that thing. And so I think New England is starting this runaway train for the AFC East. And they may have just unseated Buffalo guys going forward. I don't know if Buffalo now is the team anymore in the AFC East because of the way that the New England Patriots played. And I know it was against the Jets last night, but they are still 9-2, and Drake May looks like he is him. And Justin Fields, you go back to what the owner said a few weeks ago, is just not an NFL quarterback at this point, in time. There was a couple of plays last night early on in the game. The receivers didn't really help him out, but you saw he's not a real NFL quarterback. And until you get a real NFL quarterback out there, you're not going to be able to win games. It's why the New England Patriots are winning. It's why the Chiefs won when Alex Smith came in, right? Like, you had a real professional NFL quarterback out there. And until you get one of those out there on the field, unless you're like the Denver Broncos on defense, you're just not going to win games in the NFL. You're just not going to do that. The Jets need a quarterback more than anything. I saw rumors that maybe Kyler Murray to the Jets. I'm like, you're not helping yourself. You're not getting better by going with Kyler Murray. And so it was just a disaster last night for the Jets. But the New England Patriots are real. They are going to be probably the number one seed, guys. I mean, and we may have to go to New England and knock them off, just like they had to come here and knock us off before they went on to their final Super Bowl. And so I think right now that's going to be kind of the dream that I'm living right now. AFC Championship game, Foxborough, and the Kansas City Chiefs go in there and clean the clock of the New England Patriots and show, hey, still our league right now, guys. You're fun, you're nice, but it's still our league. But the Chiefs got to take care of business on Sunday. You know?
Zach Kleberman on Twitter would disagree with you. He says the Patriots-Broncos AFC title game is going to be legendary.
Oh, is it? Who is Zach Kleberman, by the way? Do I know him? Should I know him?
It's just literally I logged into Twitter.
Is that the first thing you saw?
The first thing that came up. Literally the first thing that came up, it says Broncos coverage senior editor, Mile High Huddle, co-host of the MH Pod, member of the FWAA, powered by Kalishi Sports.
Oh, good. Those are the guys.
17.9 thousand followers.
Oh, good for him. I mean, that's a nice deal.
Broncos AFC title game is going to be legendary.
It is going to be legendary.
What year is it?
Yeah, no kidding. Like, what year is this? Is this 20? What year were they doing that? The aughts? I mean, that wasn't the team.
Did Brady and Manning play in the playoffs when he was in Denver?
I can't remember, Dusty.
That'd have been 14, 15, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, I don't believe they did.
Was that part of that 10-year lull?
Was
that like the end of it? Because then Brady won it in 17?
Yep. I think
from 7 to 17.
They went to 3 in a row shortly after that.
Lost to the Eagles, Giants.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was because 7 was the 7 season was the Giants, so it was a 10-year lull right there. So yeah, 6, 7. I mean, I did it.
Dirty dog.
I did it. When the olds are doing it, it's over. And
Run away.
I mean, it's seriously when you saw all of the Johnson County house moms being 6, 7 for Christmas, it's over, man. The kids are running from 6, 7 like it's nobody's business, man. They're like
something new in a week.
Yeah, we're out. The old people are doing it. You got people in senior citizen homes now, John Knox Village, doing 6, 7, and everybody think, oh, Granny, look at Betty out there. She's 102, 6, 7.
I'm still trying to figure out 6, 9. But yeah, so I mean, we got a loaded show today. Mitch Holtis, Sean Smith. We have our script that we're gonna do a little bit later on. Tons of action. But today is a very special day. Today is the woman that made Bob Fescoe's birthday today.
That's right, my mom.
So happy birthday, Mrs. Fescoe.
75 years old today.
75.
Yeah.
Let's go.
To which my sister, she's a troll.
Really? Shocker.
My sister sends this text to my mother into the group chat last night. Well, technically, we're 75 too because your eggs are born with you. I'm like, okay, right. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Come on. I mean,
man, you're old, dude.
I mean, yeah, so I guess I'm 75 too, according to my sister. You're the same age as your mother's as well, however old they would be.
Your mom's like 150 or something.
Yeah, right. No, that's probably what it was. Yeah,
because
my grandmother, I think, was born in, I want to say she was born in 1915. And so for the love of God, I can't remember if it's 1915 or 1920. It's one or the other. I don't know why I can't remember this anymore, but she was 90-some years. She was like 92 or 93 when she died in 2006. Okay. So it must have been 1920 then when she was born, if you're doing the math, right? Yeah. And so she was, 1920. So, yeah, I mean, my mother was born, in 1950, obviously, if you're doing the math. So 75 plus 30, yeah, she's 105.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
There we go, Mama.
Take that, Sister Jean.
Yeah. Who the hell wants to live that long? My parents were out seeing a friend of theirs yesterday at the home, right? 104.
Wow.
And
amazing.
You see this woman in the wheelchair. She looks like she'd rather be dead. And that's what we said. And she goes, yeah, she would. She'd rather. I mean, she's done. She's put in 104 years, and she's sitting in a wheelchair at a nursing home.
I think that's how long my great-grandma made it. It was 103, 104. Yeah.
Nice.
What, did she like it?
Up until the last year or two. I mean, it was pretty.
Really?
She's an anomaly in that way. Yeah. I mean, she was living on her own in her 90s, head of the garden
great.
club, walking everywhere.
That's perfect, yeah.
It was incredible, right?
Yeah.
And then, it's the last, I saw her pretty close to when I have, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, it was different the last year or two. But again, that's an anomaly. I would not, no.
I think if you put in a good 80, 85,
great.
You're cranking it, right? Yeah, like it's not 90.
Cranking it?
90's a little much, I think. But if you get to 90, I mean, nowadays, you can live longer. My friend, my friend Ben, his stepdad passed away yesterday at 102. Wow. And I said, my God. He goes, yeah, it's the benefits of and the downfalls of modern medicine. He goes, the guy was healthy his entire life, but he's outlived 2 wives and 2 kids, and he was just ready to go.
Yeah, that's sad. That was hard.
Thanks to the text line, 2016, Manning and Brady played in the AFC Championship game in Denver.
There we go.
So there's the last time that happened. This is also a Tom Brady stat tied to the Jets. This is insane from FanDuel Sportsbook. Tom Brady hasn't played football since the 2022 season.
Okay.
Since then, he still has more wins than the Jets since 2020.
Oh, my God.
32. The Jets have 27.
That's great. I did see a stat yesterday that was kind of funny. Brian Daboll has more playoff wins in the last 4 years or 8 years than Mike Tomlin does. I mean,
Sad.
That's
I
bad.
mean, it is. That was one of those. I'm like, okay, that's where your stats get in the way. Like, I don't know if you saw the San Antonio Spurs had 2 players get triple doubles the other night, lose the game.
Lost the game. Yep.
So those are those weird anomaly stats that you're like, okay, there's a stat for everything out there. But I thought that one was kind of funny. I think Dusty had a realization this morning or last night watching this game. Aaron Glenn is not him as the head football coach of this team. He's a jerk. I'm just going to say it right now. Guy's a jerk. He's fighting with the media in New York every week. And, it's like if you're winning, you can be that guy. If you're losing, you can't be that guy. And Aaron Glenn is handling this whole situation completely wrong. These coaches come in and want to bully the media. What you need to do is what Dick Vermeil and guys like that used to do. Come in and get the media drunk and take care of the media. And they're going to be on your side. You don't go in there and bully these guys, and he's bullying these guys, and he is not an NFL head football coach. I thought maybe he was going to be good, and he played with the Jets, maybe figured out that situation. He is just combative and wants to fight everybody out there all the time. What changed your kind of tune on him?
Just like watching him on the sideline. Like, I get it, nobody's Mike Vrabel. But like just like his mannerisms, his demeanor, just like watching him on the sideline, like I didn't see it. And I watch him like in interviews, post-game press conferences. Like, I don't know. Like, there's guys that you can see that you're like, okay, yeah, I'd get behind that. I don't see that there in Glenn.
He seems kind of phony, quite honestly.
He just kind of seems like he's in a position that's too much for him.
No doubt.
If that makes sense. Like Mike McDaniels, same thing. Or Josh McDaniels. I think and maybe Mike McDaniels too. I mean, his players are still playing for him. But, I mean, again, the Jets did trade everybody away. Garrett Wilson's on IR. But, I mean, he does have, Justin Fields as quarterback. But still, like, at that moment, like that's when you have to be the leader. And I just don't see that in Aaron Glenn. It seems false.
Yeah. Leaders lead. They don't crumble on the sidelines like that or get combative and show their emotions.
Daboll was the same way.
Daboll was exactly the same way.
His mannerisms, his demeanor, like you're pouting like a little bitch on the sideline. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, you can't have that when your team needs you to be like the sustainable leader.
I mean, look at the great coaches, Andy Reid, Mike Tomlin. We always talked about Ned being cool, calm, and collected. John Harbaugh.
Lost half his team, and yet they're going to win that division.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Harbaugh's the same way. He's cool, calm, and collected on the sidelines. You watch the good coaches, and then you watch Aaron Glenn, or you watch some of these young guys, and they just don't know how to handle the situation because they're just not ready for it. They're just absolutely 100% not ready. Aaron Glenn, I thought, would be more ready because he is older, and he played in the NFL, and he knows what it's all about. The Jets have absolutely 100% missed the boat on Aaron Glenn. He stinks as a head football coach, and it's not because the team is losing. You can just see the demeanor and the way that he's being combative and battling the media and fighting with the fans in New York. It's like you don't go ahead and do that. It's like Bill Parcells, that's one of his mentors, probably told him, don't let the media get the best of you. And he's out there going, well, screw that. I'm going to be combative in front of the media. It does you no good. It really doesn't. Like, I know these coaches and people want to bully the media all the time, but if you're rotten to the media or you're nice to the media, that's how you're going to be portrayed in the public persona. And they're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You get more friends with honey, as they say, catch more flies with honey than you do with whatever. And you look at the way that these guys act and perform and the way that they're just jerks to people, you're never going to get the benefit of the doubt in those situations. Aaron Glenn has lost all the benefit of the doubt.
And I think it's fair to say, because I think the 816 here gets it as well. It's okay to get mad from time to time, just not every game.
Every game.
Like, we, as Chiefs fans, when we see Andy Reid kind of have that moment, we're like, ooh, Reid's pissed. But it's not where you're like, okay, Andy's pissed again.
Right.
Like, even Bill Belichick, you were like, this guy has so much, like, that he should show. But by not showing anything, you just never knew with Bill. Like, they could be losing 28-0 or 28-3 in the Super Bowl. And what's Bill Belichick doing? Well, you got to play better. Do this. I'm not going to high-five the kids. I want to high-five on the other side. But we're going to win the game. You're like, okay, whatever. Like, you're emotionless. You're vanilla. You're playing. You're bland, whatever. But, like, you're not teetering one way or the other where you're all your like Tomlin's the same way. Like, you would know if Tomlin won the game or lost the game judging by his post-game press conference. Right. So
yeah, it takes range. Yeah, you can't be all hoorah, all intense all the time.
The guy Gannon from Arizona punching your player, not going to make it.
No,
that's a characteristic flaw that I can see right there that you're out. Like, you're not going to be that guy.
Like, there's no one more alpha and testosterone filled than Dan Campbell. We've seen that man cry. We've seen him laugh with his players. We've seen him do everything. He's not just screaming and mad. And I saw Aaron Glenn mouth the effing idiot about one of his players last night after a penalty. It's like,
oh yeah, he's got to go.
I don't like that. You can't be calling guys idiots like that.
No.
How many times have you worked with somebody in this industry that, like, when things went wrong on the production side, and they're you're like, okay, man, this ain't for you, man.
You're done.
Guess what? Stuff happens all the time. You can't control.
You
got to be in control when you're not in control. And Aaron Glenn is never in control. And Aaron Glenn, not that guy.
No, he's not. And I don't think he's going to be a one and done because I don't think the Jets are in that position to be another one and done, with their football coach or whatever. But I mean, the clock is ticking on that guy. It just makes you appreciate, again, even more. It's kind of been an Andy appreciation week, if you will, but you see these other coaches and you see the performances and then you see what we've got and how blessed we are to have Andy Reid on our sidelines. And another one today, Matt Quattrero. Happy birthday, Q.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, we're going to call him during the show at some point and just sing happy birthday and hang up. I promise you we are doing that at some point today. I don't know what time would be good to. I'm sure he's up right now. I mean, he's probably up getting breakfast for the kids and doing all that kind of stuff. But we are going to call him and sing happy birthday. But you look at his demeanor in the dugout, right? Yeah. It is cool. It is calm. It is collected. Joe Torre, Ned Yost, all of those managers that you can't wear the emotion on your sleeve if you want your people to respond to you, because eventually it just becomes white noise and you're just like, all right, enough of this. We've all worked with that guy who yells and screams and you just go, eh.
Somebody says Frank Martin was that way at K-State. 100%. Didn't last.
No.
Coming up next, I want to get into what made me cry like a kid last night. Plus, we get into some quotes yesterday from Zach Bai, who was with us from Denver's side of the station, what he had to say about this matchup coming up here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
BetMGM is coming soon to Missouri. On November 17th, sports fans in Missouri can pre-register and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses. Plus an additional $100 in bonus bets if they deposit before December 1st. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM reward points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. Pre-registration is coming soon to Missouri on November 17th. BetMGM, make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Pending BetMGM's licensure as a mobile sports wagering operator with the Missouri Gambling Commission register for a Missouri online sports wagering account 1117. BetMGM's insurance of welcome offer is conditional on full licensure.
Gear? Check. Snacks? Check. Tires? Not so much. I didn't have time to deal with this, so I asked my friend. Her answer was simple. Take it to Telly, she said, and I'm so glad I did. They didn't just take care of my tires, they took care of me. We got you, they said, and they did. Fast, friendly, and stress-free. Now I know when life throws you a red card, take it to Telly. Stay in the game. Take it to Telly.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Skechers, comfort is a technology. That's right. You don't just make a shoe and hope it comes out comfortable. It takes research, innovations, compounds, engineering, and so much more to feel so comfortable you'd swear you're wearing pillows on your feet. We have features like Skechers Air-Cooled Memory Foam and fits like Relax Fit, Stretch Fit, Wide Fit, Arch Fit, and so many more to make the shoe feel like it was custom-made just for your foot. Plus, we have hands-free Skechers Slip-ins technology. Just step in and go. Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit BigBlue.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
Football season is Big Beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouth-watering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these great game day specials. 8 wings and a basket of tots for $12 plus $4 domestic OP cups. The other place, the next best thing to being at the game.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law.
How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Updated MVP odds according to the sports books. Drake May plus 235, Matt Stafford plus 250, Patrick Mahomes plus 500, Jonathan Taylor plus 600. It's going to suck for him being on a bye week because he's going to get forgotten about. Because if Stafford wins against the Seahawks and Mahomes wins against the Broncos, separation created.
Depending on how they play, too.
True.
You know,
True.
Patrick Mahomes goes out there and has 3 or 4 touchdown passes up there in Denver against that defense. Boy, he's going to skyrocket up the charts for the MVP because you're doing it on the road against a team that's leading your division, allegedly, and is also a good defensive team. So if Patrick Mahomes goes out there and throws 3 touchdown passes, hell yeah, man, he's going to be the MVP going in on Monday morning.
So I need to ask you guys if I'm being SAWFT soft, because I think we all have these moments. Do you guys ever get that way when you're watching something and all of a sudden you find yourself like sobbing?
Oh, I find myself in real life doing that. So a lot, and a lot more the older I get, too.
So I will, this is no secret, every Christmas Eve I will cry. I don't have my mother, and I watch It's a Wonderful Life every year at the very end of the night. And it's just been like a family movie that both sides of my family have watched. And whenever he says the line to my brother George, the luckiest man in town, tears. So last night was the finale of the Internet Invitational, which is all the YouTube golfers, and it's a collab of Bob Does Sports with Bobby Berger and his group, and Barstool Sports with Dave and Riggs and Frankie Borelli and Trent and all those guys. And then they just did this huge golf tournament at Cedar Ridge or in Paynes Valley down in the Ozarks. Well, for those of you that don't follow it like I do religiously, you know the story of Big Beef, right? The big guy passed away earlier this month for health reasons. He was pretty large, pretty big guy, 31 years old, passed away. Well, he made the final round with his team, right? So it was Frankie Borelli, Mo from Good Golf, and Paige Sporanic versus Beef. Gosh, I'm forgetting his name, but he was absent. Brad Dalkey was another one, and then another guy from Barstool Sports. And if that team won, they split $1.7 million or whatever it was. So they all would win like $333,000. Damn. They asked Beef what he'd do with the money.
What would you do with that money, Beef?
You got to donate some to charity.
Okay.
I think I'd pay off my parents' house.
Good for you.
That's all I got to do.
If you're not rooting for Beef now.
Dude won the whole tournament with his team. Now, Brad Dalkey was the man. He's a stud. Oklahoma golfer, won a national championship, should be on the PGA Tour again. But man, that pulled at my heartstrings whenever he won, because in the very end they did like this montage of like all the highlights of this Beef guy. And my thing is that I want to take from this is that if you do have somebody who struggles with health issues or depression or mental illness, do your part. You're not going to change them if they don't want to be changed when it comes to weight loss or stuff like that. But by God, if you can just be a voice in their head, or if somebody you know is going through, depression or alcoholism or, drug use or something like that, just call them. Like, let them know that you're there. Again, you can only help somebody as much as they want to be helped, but you can do your job by just letting people know that you're there for them. And, you hear that. What are you going to do
with that money, Beef?
You got to donate some to charity.
Okay.
I got to pay off my parents' house.
Good for you.
That's what I got to do.
If you're not rooting for Beef now.
Damn. So tough to watch that, because before the whole thing started, it's 5 episodes on YouTube. You can go watch them all if you want. Spoiler alert, they told you yesterday everything that was going to be on the internet last night. But again, like, kind of interesting, because the way that they started that was his family was like, hey, show this. I want people to see who he is. And he was actually like a really nice dude. Like, they have a clip that they had that I found out later from the Foreplay podcast, which is Trent Riggs and Frankie Borelli. A lot of those names you probably don't realize, but that's the podcast that does it, called Foreplay. And they said that Beef at golf courses, when he would go, would take $20. And on a golf cart, there's like a little pinch there where you keep your scorecard.
Mm-hmm.
And he would put $20 behind it and then go park the car after he was done with that round, so that somebody would just randomly find that. And that $20 would just, it's $20.
Yeah.
But what do we do at the end of every show? Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. So I pushed that forward after watching that. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, man, I was just in tears when that thing ended.
Yeah.
7 o'clock at night. Big old dude sitting on the couch with a Surfside Kleenex in one hand for the tears and just sobbing. So life's too short. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride.
Focus on the things that matter. I was telling Mac that this morning. We were talking about his trip a little bit. I go, you just got to focus on the things that matter and focus on the things that mean a lot to you. And we, as human beings, focus and put our energy into all the wrong things. And I'll just say that. Right? We do. And the older I've gotten, the more I realize it ain't that important. I don't give a bleep. And when you can get to that stage and realize what matters most and what you should be putting your attention to and what your thoughts to, life becomes a little bit shorter, because you don't realize that till you're older. And so I think the younger generation, Mac's generation, is starting to realize that as well. Like, let's focus on the things that matter here. I'm not gonna go stress out for you because you don't care about me. You just don't. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, we all put our focus and stressors into the things that really don't care about us. So we should be putting that into our family. At the end of the day, you get home and go, I don't have time to talk to my wife. I'm exhausted. Or I don't have time for this because I'm exhausted, because you went to work all day, and you're putting your energies and your focus into that as opposed to what's at home at the end of the night. And that's really what it should be, because those people at your home are going to be there at the end of the night. Those people you see from 9 to 5, they're temporary.
No doubt. Speaking of focus on what matters, there is a massive football game at 3:25, Kansas City versus Denver, one of the biggest games on the docket for Sunday. We had Zach By on yesterday from 104.3, their show out in Denver, and he had this to say about the Broncos being really fortunate.
Like, borrowed time is not the right phraseology, but some version of that. They've just caught green light after green light after green light, and we've all been on that trek home or into work where everything just kind of goes your way, and you're like, wait, how am I here 6 minutes sooner than I normally am? That's kind of how I feel about the Denver Broncos.
So that, in the context of what he was saying, is that the Broncos are ahead of schedule, right? Mm-hmm. He thinks that they are playing better than they probably should be this early on in the process of, like, post Russell Wilson, dead cap, all this sort of thing, building your team back up. 8-2, great defense, great offensive line, but they have a issue according to their, obviously their quarterback.
Bo Nix, your thoughts?
Well, Bo.
So
that was great.
Bo Nix, your thoughts?
Well, Bo.
So, that's one thing that you can talk about, because look, it ain't their defense you're worried about. It ain't their offensive line you're worried about. It's can you contain Bo Nix if you are coming from the Chiefs' perspective, from the defensive side, because their offense is not going to blow you away.
Right.
But their defense could.
Their defense absolutely could. I mean, it's time. I was talking to my friend, Jim, who's been over in Italy for the last 17 days, and he's flying back this morning. I sent him a text. I go, what time's your flight? Chiefs got to do this on Sunday. They need to do this on Sunday. They need to do this on Sunday. And I'm like, all right, so we're already here. And we are. I mean, it's time now for this team to step up. And will the real Chiefs team please step up, right? I mean, that's kind of what we're looking for right now. You're sitting at 5-4. We need the real Chiefs team to step it up this weekend. And you can't let Bo Nix go out there and be anything more than what he's been this season long. If you allow Bo Nix to go out there and have himself a day where he's throwing the ball and he's having success and doing those type of things, I don't know that the Chiefs are going to win this game. And that's why, as much as we want to see Patrick Mahomes come out and launch lasers and put up 35 points and run away with this thing, this to me is more on the defense. They need to keep Bo Nix playing like Bo Nix. They can't allow Bo Nix to go out there and play like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. They have to go out there and contain Bo Nix. And I've been stressing that all week because every week we go into games now with this Chiefs team, and we've been doing this for the last couple of years. Guys on the other team rise to the occasion and have their best days of the year. Whether it's a running back, a wide receiver, a quarterback, it doesn't matter. These guys bring whatever it is extra when they play the Kansas City Chiefs. And that has me concerned about this because I think Denver's going to have the intensity. I think Denver's going to be fired up and ready to go. How many times this year have we heard about the Chiefs not having that intensity early on and coming out flat and coming out soft or whatever terminology that they want to use? Can't do that against the Denver Broncos. And so can the Chiefs match that intensity that Denver's going to have? Because Bo Nix has heard now 10 days. The fans are booing you. Nobody likes you. I hate all of this conversation, quite frankly, that's coming. Because now Bo Nix is like, all right, nobody likes me. I got nothing to lose. I'm going to go out there and ball. And when you have nothing to lose and go out there and ball, sometimes good things happen for those players. And so that's what kind of has me concerned going into this game is how much time we have spent saying that Bo Nix stinks. The Chiefs need to make sure that Bo Nix still stinks on Sunday and that he plays like Bo Nix. They can't go out there and allow Bo Nix to get going early. They got to deliver blows early on in this game. Like, I don't want to see a 15-play march down the field. I really don't. I'm not interested in seeing that at the beginning of this game. Set the effing tone early, man.
This is where Zach By said the offensive problems are based on the quarterback and head coach.
This year, he has really come back down to earth. And to point to one thing statistically or to one singular dynamic hasn't really worked. And here's what I mean. Like, Sean Payton has dialed up plays where players are running wide open, okay? And Bo Nix has missed them. And I'm talking about, like, wide open in the Big 12, and Bo Nix has missed them, okay? Then there's other sequences where Sean Payton's play calling, for as excellent as his resume and reputation is in that department, it's been absolutely head-scratching. Guys, Sean Payton uses more personnel groupings than anyone in the history of football. Much like a hockey team does line changes in and out, that's the Broncos' offense play-by-play. Watch it this weekend. There's guys running in and out or on and off the field every single play, to the point where last week Bo Nix was actually caught by the Nat Sound Mike saying, enough with the effing personnel groupings.
So I think hearing that from Zach By makes me think that if Denver's amped up for this game, I want Denver to overthink. And especially with that player personnel, like he comped to like a hockey game where you see the 3 come in and 3 go off and 2 go in, and you hear Bo Nix clearly what he said there on the hot mic saying enough with the effing personnel. Make them overthink this game because you know what you need to do. The Chiefs have done this for the last, 7 years, getting all the way to the Super Bowl or the AFC Championship game. You know what to do. This is not as intense of a game as this is. This is not a playoff game, right? This isn't a win or go home game.
Right.
This is more of a who's game, right? If the Chiefs lose this game, we're having a conversation on Monday morning that's very bleak and says, is this a playoff team?
Right.
If they win this game, we say, okay, go win the effing West. If Denver loses this game, you say, see, told you. It's not an 8-2 team. If they win this game, all respect, hats off to Denver. You did it. You're 9-2. The Chiefs are 5-5. Congratulations. Now you're fighting and clawing and scratching your way to get into the playoffs because you're a 500 team. But again, if you can get them to go into this game and overthink things, because we've all had that situation in our life where you have a Saturday agenda. well, I got to get up, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to get gas, I got to then do this, I got to make sure we have this, I have to make sure. Hey, just relax and just go with the flow, right? You may not get to the gas station at 9:15 a.m. You may not be on the road at 10 a.m. But if you let those things frustrate you because they didn't go according to plan, then that's where you can see a guy like Steve Spagnuolo see sharks and blood in the water and say, hey, they're stressed. They don't know what they're doing. Let's throw in a couple wrinkles and really mess it up. So I'm hoping that hearing that sort of way they do things with the offense and maybe overthink it kind of gets them out of their game, and the Chiefs can take advantage of that, being like, hey, this is a bigger game for them than it is for us, and we're 5-4, and they're 8-2.
Yeah, but see, if I was coaching the Denver Broncos, which I'm not, but you know what I would do this week? I'm simplifying everything. All right, fine. You heard Bo Nix mouth that on the sidelines. What are we doing? You've got to listen to your players as a coach. And if your quarterback is saying, what are we doing with all these position groups, then unless you're an egomaniac, which Sean Payton very well may be, I don't know, you have a collaborative conversation with your quarterback, and you say, I saw you on the NFL film say, hey, man, we got a lot of personnel groups. Is that something that you're struggling with right now? And if it is, well, let's take some of that off your plate. Let's go with what makes you the most effective quarterback. And I think that's what Andy Reid did over the years, obviously with Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes. And you look at your quarterback who's running the offense and you say, what works for you? Let me put you in the best position to succeed. It's not about me. It's not about my offense. It's not about how many different, personnel packages we can run out there. That's a lot of nonsense and a lot of wasted time and a lot of wasted energy and a lot of wasted brain space. So here's what we're going to do. Bo, let me know what you think is best. What do you feel most comfortable doing? And that's what I would do as a head coach. My job is to put that guy in the position to be successful. And if you're running all these personnel groups out there and changing things constantly like that, and the quarterback's complaining, then you're not doing your job as a head coach. So I guarantee you they had meetings in Denver this past week, just like Kansas City did as well, picking up on, the Buffalo guy saying tendencies for Xavier Worthy, Bo Nix saying there's too many personnel groups. Good head coaches rectify those situations. We'll see it rectified here with Xavier Worthy. Will they do it with Bo Nix? I hope they don't. I really hope Sean Payton has the ego that continues to do all of this stuff that's confusing his own quarterback. But if you're a really good head coach and you've had 10 days off, you're dumbing this thing down and you're giving your quarterback the best opportunity to succeed against the Kansas City Chiefs. And that's what kind of scares me, because I don't think we're going to see the same type of Bo Nix that we've seen all season long. He's going to have a good game because it is the Chiefs.
Well, and that's why yesterday I said the most pressure is on Steve Spagnuolo because of all of what we're saying. I mean, he's got to come out and be hot. And I think when you're talking about Bo Nix, Sean Payton, and their kind of friction right now with the offense, they've got to meet in the middle, because what Sean Payton's doing is, in my opinion, the reason is because what Bo Nix is good at is the simple stuff. So for him to be able to do that and implement that, he's got to have window dressing. He's got to have it all be this eye candy, a mirage in front of you, all these personnel groupings, when really they throw screen passes, they run the ball, and they throw it deep. Those are the three things they really do, and they really run the ball well with J.K. Dobbins, who's not playing.
Who's not playing, yeah.
So all of that other stuff is like, hey, man, I'm trying to help you by making it seem more complicated because you aren't actually able to do the more difficult stuff. So they're going to have to find an ability to meet in the middle, but it really doesn't matter if they do, because they don't have the talent just on paper in the coaching room or on the field to be able to go against this Kansas City Chiefs defense, even if it is at Mile High. This defense should be able to do what they need to do efficiently. Yeah. And you're right, Bob. It is about the first quarter, the first drive. If they come out and start on offense, I'm tired of this. Yeah, we figure it out. We meet them. We know what they do. We're week 10, week 11. You've got all the film you need. You don't need to feel it out what they're going to do. You know what they like to do.
Yeah, a couple of things there. Sometimes you wonder if Sean Payton still thinks he has Drew Brees, and he's trying to get Bo Nix to do things that Drew Brees could do. And it's like whoever takes over for Patrick Mahomes, don't try to get that guy to do things that Patrick Mahomes did. That's not fair to the other guy, right? No. You got to evaluate everybody else, and it sure seems like, that Sean Payton is kind of going out there and playing like coaching like he has Drew Brees and not Bo Nix. And then, I tweeted last night after the Jets' first drive. It was a 14-play drive. They went down the field and scored a touchdown, right? And I tweeted last night right after that drive. I said the Jets just used their entire script. Let's see what they have the rest of the way. What did they show you the rest of the way? Nothing. You've got to get these guys off that script, and the sooner you can do that, the better it is, because I'm watching teams more so this year than maybe any other year. Once they get past those first 15, it's a complete failure. I mean, it is a complete failure by the majority of offenses, but I'm with you. It's got to be a 3-and-out. No long drives. Do not give the Denver Broncos offense any sort of credit, because they're starting to chirp at each other out there. The defense ain't happy right now with the offense. The offense isn't happy with the offense. That's why you have to keep them in a situation where they're struggling, so they turn on each other, and it becomes internal cannibalization of the Denver Broncos.
We also asked, because there's some key injuries in this game. Obviously, J.K. Dobbins not going to play, and Pat Surtain's still out, and which player is more missed?
You have the defensive player of the year, the best player at his position in the entire sport. He's on a flat-out Hall of Fame track, okay? He's on a $100+ million contract. The other guy, any team in the entire NFL could have had, okay? This guy was on the street. This guy was signed right before training camp. No one saw this coming. No one. So it's wild to me that this player has overachieved to such a degree that you are asking me, and I am asking my audience, who would you rather have? The guy on a $2.5 million deal that anyone could have, or the defensive player of the year on a $100+ million contract? It's just funny, the dynamic of it. But the merit of the question is real. Yeah. It's valid. And I actually came to the conclusion where I actually did, upset some of my audience because they're so loyal to Pat Surtain. I said I'd rather have J.K. Dobbins.
It's interesting because I can see both sides of the argument, because both involve Patrick Mahomes. How do you keep Patrick Mahomes off the field? First downs, clock management. What does J.K. Dobbins do for that? Well, he can keep you on the field. Yeah. You can run the ball, run clock. Or Pat Surtain. What do you want? Do you want Pat Surtain to lock up Rashee Rice and affect Mahomes in that way? So I could see both arguments. I'd rather see J.K. Dobbins play than Pat Surtain, in my personal opinion. I'm with him there, but I'm in a different way. Like,
are you speaking from a Denver perspective, or are you speaking from a Chiefs perspective?
I'd rather see Dobbins play because I know running backs don't normally do well against Spags, unless you're James Cook. But I'd rather have that be somebody on the field than somebody that's going to maybe possibly lock up number 4, because that's Mahomes' number 1 target. And I don't know if he has that player somewhere else for a game. Maybe it's Kelsey, maybe it's Worthy. I don't know. But I'd rather have Mahomes and Rashee Rice's connection be open and able than to worry about if J.K. Dobbins is going to. Because if you lose this game and J.K. Dobbins had 135 yards, then so be it. That's why you lost.
Yeah.
But if you lose this game because Pat Surtain locked up Rashee Rice, well, I don't like that factor.
Yeah, and see, I would go the other way, though, because of how bad their offense is from a weapon standpoint. Like, having J.K. Dobbins for them, that's a big weapon for them. And if you're down on Bo Nix, as it seems like they are in Denver, you would probably want J.K. Dobbins in that game to give you the opportunity to have at least one more offensive weapon out there. Your defense has a lot of stars on it, right? In Denver, I think that's fair to say. Yes, you're down one of the best, if not the best defensive player, but your biggest weakness is your offense, and you don't have weapons, and then you lost the one guy that may be a weapon. I think the J.K. Dobbins one is more detrimental, if you will, to the Denver Broncos than the Patrick Surtain injury right now. But I see where you're coming from. They both do involve Patrick Mahomes.
Well, and Zach Bye would agree with you, Bob. This is what he said about J.K. Dobbins and his help for the offense.
The Denver Broncos offense is good at one thing, but only that one thing with one guy, and it's J.K.
And he's gone.
And so now, gone, J.K. Dobbins. And tomorrow, and gone, Bachelorhood, Denny Matthews,
Let's go.
Big wedding tomorrow, yeah. But J.K. Dobbins, man, okay, he's out of the game. You can't go in there, though, with the attitude of, J.K. Dobbins is out of the game. We're just going to throw our helmets out there and go beat the Denver Broncos. I am really, 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 really down on the way that this team has come out and has said, it's, slow start. We'll get back into it. We didn't come out with enough energy. That can't happen anymore. That can't happen on Sunday. That place is going to be electric up there in Denver. You better come out with energy to start the game.
No doubt.
Bo Nix, your thoughts?
Well, Bo...
That's right.
I mean, come on.
That's right. the possibilities of people getting traded and Bleacher Report releases worst trades in the history here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Within the cities we call home, Busey Bank is more than a name. It's a commitment to your dreams. With Busey, trusted guidance is tailored to empower you every step of the way. Whether it's seamlessly managing your finances or planning for your future, Busey is dedicated to your financial success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
Landman, TV's biggest phenomenon, returns to Paramount Plus. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
You have to know the rules of the game and bend them, and you really have to know them to break them.
Demi Moore.
I want success. Get it for me.
Andy Garcia, Ali Larder, and Sam Elliott.
You don't even know the game you're playing, do you?
Landman, new season, streaming November 16th, only on Paramount Plus.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit biglou.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1225. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1225 or biglou.com.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance. You have health insurance needs. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums, with in-network preventive care at no cost to you, and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Find the plan that's right for you right now. ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song
about the best mayo has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Diving right back into it at the end of the 6 o'clock era here on a Friday, on a Red Friday. Happy Red Friday to all of you in Kansas City.
Yes, a great Red Friday. The weather's going to be beautiful. We got Baser and Leavenworth tonight over there at Baser. Roman Miller's going to have 4 touchdown receptions tonight for Baser. I guarantee that. No, I don't. But I mean, but it would be nice to see him have 4 touchdowns tonight. Roman, do something, okay?
They're going to win 35-0.
35-0. Baser over Leavenworth.
Hopefully. Keep moving. Football playoffs, man.
Where are we at? Is this the?
This is the. I think next week is the finals.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because it's the week before Thanksgiving. I would imagine.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The finals are next week. So
hot and heavy.
Yeah, we're getting after it, man. It is high school football playoff season. Let's do this,
Love
man.
it.
Come on, Baser, step up. I don't
on.
know if Leavenworth is any good, quite honestly. Jason, I'll be there tonight. Make sure you save me a parking spot again, like you did last week, my man. Thank you so much for that.
Get a super rope and nachos.
They didn't have any super ropes I didn't see
Really?
there. I don't think they did because, God, if they did.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Super rope was the jam back in the day, man. Best bang for your buck.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly.
I mean, you get this big thing of licorice and, you spend
Last
a buck.
the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. Maybe sometimes it lasts you like 10 minutes.
Well, it depends. I mean, high school football games are quick. I mean, they're like 2 hours, man. As long as they continue to run the football, and that's where we ran it. I was going to fire the Baser coach last week had they lost the game because you're throwing the football with like 10 minutes to go, up 2 scores, and your quarterback immediately throws a pick six, and now you've got a 7-point game. Like, and the fans are going nuts. Man, the old timers out there, they're not happy.
Run the damn ball.
Oh, it wasn't damn. There was an F word that was used by one person sitting in front of us. Really loud. It was quiet.
I bet you they ran the ball.
They did the rest of the way. Didn't put it in the air again.
Good job.
So the name that I have been toting out there this entire offseason for the Royals is starting to get hot and heavy per sources. According to the Athletic of MLB teams interested in trading for Royals pitcher Chris Bubic.
Yep.
Sources say.
If you can get rid of Bubic and not have to get rid of Cameron and still get the same kind of return, hell yeah, go ahead and do that, man. I would absolutely do that. I just think you get more of a return with Noah Cameron because he's so much more controllable and he hasn't had the injuries that Bubic has had. But if Bubic can lend you to get that outfield bat that you need, that's a win for the Royals, I think, anyway.
Yeah, because, I mean, I think if you have to be that person in the negotiation room, you look at Chris Bubic, you say, you haven't played a full year since 2022. Like, you're injury prone. Yeah, you've got some pizzazz in that left arm. You've got a lot of tenacity that you can throw with. You're a solid number 2 for a lot of teams out there. Maybe like a team that's really deep in pitching, you'd be a damn good number 3. Plus, you're a lefty. You're very attractive in baseball. I've always thought that was going to be the name. I still believe that's the name, and it sounds like there's a lot of teams that are like, hey, what about Chris Bubic? And then the Royals get to be that team that's like, okay, well, what about this guy? And if that team says, nah, then it's like, okay, well, there's other teams that want Bubic as well. I do think he will be a package deal. I don't think he will be a 1-for-1 or a 1-for-2 type of guy, but I do think you could package Bubic in something and make a deal at the Royals because you are rich in pitching.
Yeah.
A lot of people still forget they got that Burgert guy who is really, really good for the Royals.
That's right.
Plus, you have Cole Reagan's coming back, Seth Lugo, Michael Wacha. You still have Noah Cameron as well. And there's the Kolick kid, right? Is that his name? Yeah, he was decent in the last couple parts of the season as well. Plus, I think that you've seen that this Royals team has started to kind of do what they couldn't do for so many years, and that's develop pitching. Like, for a while, it was like, man, we've got all these arms, but, like, why can't we develop pitching? And everybody's like, well, get rid of the pitching coach. And every single post-game show of Vern was like, we need a new pitching coach, Now you've flipped that, and now it's pitching is being able to be developed, but hitting is where we're at. So
And so now we have 3 hitting coaches.
Marcus Thames is another
I
one.
mean, we've got 3 hitting coaches right now. If you can't beat them, hire a hitting coach, I guess. I mean, 3 hitting coaches? I think that sounds disastrous.
Does that give you the fear of too many coaches?
Yes, absolutely it does. It's way too many coaches. There used to be the days where you had 1 hitting coach. Then you had 2 hitting coaches. Now you have a director of hitting and coaches. Like, it is way too much. Baseball, again, the nerds. See ball, hit ball. It's not that complicated. Okay, it really isn't. And when you have this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy, and you're dealing with athletes and you're telling them to do all this kind of stuff, they're looking at you. They're going, huh? Like it's just it's just too much. It's too many voices. I think it's ridiculous to have 3 hitting coaches on a team. I think it's nuts, but that's just me.
Because the current cook in the kitchen burned everything last year.
Yeah, I mean, he's the director of hitting operations right now, and I know there's a lot of people in the organization from a player standpoint who absolutely love Alex Zumwalt, and they think he's like their guy, and so that's fine. And you keep him around, and you do all that kind of stuff. But then you hired a guy from the White Sox. I don't remember his name. And then you mentioned Marcus Thames. Where I don't know where he was last year, but he was at the Yankees for a while as their hitting coach. It just seems like any available hitting coach can have a job here in Kansas City because we're trying to figure things out. And ultimately, it comes down to your talent. And they didn't have any outfield talent last year for the most part. So you've got to find those bats. And trading Chris Bubich is a great start. I love the fact that we're in these conversations and we're willing to trade good players to get good players back in return, because that's what you have to do. You're not going to get anything, and I hate to use this guy, you're not going to get anything by trading Jonathan India, right? Like, I know that he's the guy that everybody wants. Trade India for what?
Yeah.
You're not going to get anything
Trade
back.
Sky Moore.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that.
You trade Chris Bubich. If Chris Bubich was a Chief, who is his comp on the Chiefs that you would look at? Is he like Hollywood Brown? Is he like Tyquan Thornton? Is he like where would you put Chris Bubich in that category? Because when I'm looking at the Chiefs right now, say the trade deadline was here and they really needed to make an impact, but they had to trade like one of their wide receivers.
He's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood Brown, right?
Injuries, but potential.
Right? You'd be willing to trade Hollywood Brown if you had an opportunity to get let's just say a rush edge, for this offense. You'd be willing to trade Hollywood Brown to do that, right? If you could go out there and get an edge rusher that was going to be a really good edge rusher, maybe not the best in the game, but he's going to be your second tier, kind of like what I think the Royals would be able to get for Chris Bubich. You trade Hollywood Brown for a great edge rusher, right?
Oh, of course.
Right, in a heartbeat.
I mean, to give it almost like almost a better, and that's a good one from you, but almost a better parallel is like you want a running back. You're not going to get a Christian McCaffrey for Hollywood Brown, but you would trade Hollywood Brown for Tank Bigsby, wouldn't you?
Trading for someone like that?
You would
Absolutely.
trade Hollywood Brown for like a Chuba Hubbard?
Yeah, of course, yes.
Right? Like you would, right?
I think so. But for me, I would definitely go on the defensive side. That's just me. That's you on offense. I think
I'm
they're
just saying
fine.
because the Royals are going to trade a pitcher for like an outfielder.
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I know Harrison Bader is a name that's starting to get connection here because that's who Kramer, who was in for you. That's the guy
He's
liked.
a free agent.
Yeah, you don't have to trade, but like that's a name that's like a bat. But like let's say he wasn't, right?
Right.
Harrison Bader is not like a oh my God, this guy's going to be our right fielder.
Right.
But he's a guy where you're like, we need something.
Yeah.
Whereas the Chiefs aren't going to go get Breece Hall. Right?
No, they're going to get Colin Saunders. We need something, or Mike Pinnell, or
Chris Jones is saying that he wants him back.
Chris Jones wants everybody back. How about you show up, man? How about you come back?
You back, Chris.
Yeah, right, exactly. Enough with Chris Jones wanting all his friends back. We want you back, dude.
I saw that quote yesterday. I felt like we all had the same opinion. Like, oh my God,
enough. Like it just gets old after a while. We got to have Mike Pinnell back. Now we got to have Colin Saunders back. How about getting you back?
Yeah, man.
We need Frank Clark back, man.
Who else? I mean, you are the guy. Yeah. Here, we need Colin Saunders back. I mean, nice player, but you.
Right.
Let's you get back. So anyway, you trade Bubich, you trade Hollywood Brown to get better overall as an organization, and that's what the Royals are looking to do, and I think that is the absolute right move. I think there's 2 moves that they need to make probably for an outfield bat or a bat just in general to really solidify that lineup, because if they get a bat or 2 in this lineup, I think they're the runaway favorites to win the division, especially if Skubal gets traded this offseason. And the Tigers, if you're not going to re-sign Tarek Skubal, do not hold on to Tarek Skubal.
Exactly. Yeah, don't let that
Don't be a
asset walk
dumbass.
away.
Yeah,
exactly.
He'll be a Boston
the longer I go, I'm more of your adage, Bob, of just pretty much everyone tradable.
Yeah, they are. I
Everyone.
mean, other than really Patrick Mahomes and Bobby Witt Jr., there's nobody that's not tradable in Kansas City right now.
I have a team comparison that I want to throw your way, Bobby Betts, and I want to see if you agree with it. I think Mac does. I'll discuss on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan. Your hope for the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/private wealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/private wealth. Why not start today?
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Bring tournament energy to the regular season with an NBA Cup odds boost token from BetMGM. The token is already waiting for you in your BetMGM account. So simply visit your promotions page and add an NBA Cup bet to your bet slip. Activate your token, and if your bet hits, you'll score extra winnings. BetMGM is the place to shoot your shot all season long. New this year, BetMGM has improved its app to include dark mode, a brand new rewards hub, and matchup and market insights for your bets. Head over to your BetMGM account today and grab your NBA Cup odds boost token to score a bigger payout if you win. Make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM, authorized gaming partner of the NBA.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and may expire in 1 to 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give.
Yes!
And receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online. And step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford. On a mission to do more, view our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Missouri side 70 westbound off again on again slow from Noland in towards the Blue Ridge Cutoff. Past that, things move well into downtown. At Shawnee Mission Ford, you get it all, a great selection of new Fords, plus a lifetime powertrain warranty, along with the 1-year Select Plus protection. View our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com. From America, for America, Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Wildcat fans, this is Wyatt Thompson. Tune in all season long to the play-by-play of the 2025 football season, right here on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
How did Tennessee let Mike Vrabel get away? He looks good in light blue.
Ask Mac.
I mean, I was asking my wife this last night. I even tweeted about it last night. They thought, this is how stupid people in sports are. This is why I'm so, vocal in how I think dumb people are in sports. They thought that Callahan was better than Mike Vrabel. They got rid of Mike Vrabel to go to that Callahan guy who has now since been fired. Mm-hmm. And Mike Vrabel's now 9-2 in New England. And, I mean, how do you not want that guy leading your organization? How stupid are the Tennessee Titans?
Rand Carthon was better, too. A guy who had never been a GM before in the world. They gave him the whole hey, you're in charge. Hire our new coach. You've never done this ever before.
Ever.
Let's go.
Yeah. And so he hired somebody that was probably a lesser quality coach thinking he could manage him because that's what these guys do when they get these jobs for the first time. They want to be in full and total control. They all have what they call Napoleon complex, I think is what it is. You know, a lot of these guys, the coaches and GMs that don't have the Napoleon complex, Andy Reid, Mike Vrabel, Mike Tomlin, Ned Yost, like all those guys, they're the ones who are successful. The ones who have the Napoleon complex, Aaron Glenn, are the ones that flame out and aren't successful.
They're the ones that get exiled, like Napoleon, twice.
Yes.
And still came back. History. This was Dave Logan, the play-by-play announcer for the Denver Broncos the other day about, he's not out on Bo Nix.
I know there's some people that are out right now on Bo Nix. I'm not one of them. I'm really not. And I'm not taking the house side here because I'm the play-by-play voice of the team. I think this is a good young player that is going through what a lot of young quarterbacks go through, especially in this second year. You're going to see some ups and downs in quarterback play. I mean, is Aaron Rodgers going to the Hall of Fame?
Of course.
Without a doubt. How'd he look last night? I mean, the league is difficult defensively. You're going to, and I think this is just the growing pains of a young quarterback and a coaching staff trying to figure out, like, okay, what do we have and how can we maximize this thing? It's not a constant ascension at that position in the NFL. Nobody starts his rookie season at quarterback, and they just kind of do that until they get to the top of the leaderboard, and then they retire.
So that, again, is Dave Logan, the play-by-play for the Denver Broncos. I don't really agree with the Aaron Rodgers thing. Aaron Rodgers is 40.
Aaron Rodgers is a grandpa. But,
Yeah.
I mean, well, is he married? Do we know? People are still looking for the wife. I don't know.
But I sat here this morning, and I thought of, who are the Denver Broncos? They're the AFC version of the Philadelphia Eagles. And
Good defense and no quarterback kind of thing? Yeah.
They are building their roster around a mediocre quarterback. And I know that we went in preseason and said that there's possibility that Jalen Hurts could be a top 5 quarterback. That has since dissipated quickly because what we've seen this year, the frustrations, it's still the same thing. But what's weird is Philadelphia is still one of the best teams in the NFL and still potentially going to be the 1 seed in the NFC. But Philadelphia, by God, they are one of the most boring teams to watch. Why? Because they win, and you ask yourself, how are they winning?
How the hell do they do that?
And everybody around, what is the important part of it? Because we saw when Mahomes won the Super Bowl with Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore and Juju Smith-Schuster and MBS, you can do that because you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes. I think Bo Nix forever will be in that purgatory as one of the gaps of like the 17th to 12th best quarterback in football. I think he's in that gap. I don't think he'll ever be a top 10 quarterback, never will be a top 5 quarterback. We know who the 5 best quarterbacks are in football. But I think
Drake May and everybody else.
I think his ceiling is maybe at some point his ceiling could be where Sam Darnold has turned his career around.
Could
but
be.
you wouldn't put Sam Darnold in the top 10, would you?
No.
Would you?
It'd be close.
I mean, now, today, is what we know?
Right now. But again, you're talking 10, you know.
Yeah, 10's a lot, man. 10's a lot.
But he's number 10, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you look at what they're doing with Bo Nix. He has the number 1 defense. He has a top 2 offensive line. And he has a coach that kind of just does his thing, whether you like him or not. Nick Sirianni. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni. You can hate him. He's got a punchable face. You don't like the way he carries it. But by God, he's the right guy for that job. Sean Payton has been the right guy for Denver. They are against the cap because of paying Russell Wilson. They have Bo Nix, who's in his second year, but he is, I think, maybe we've seen what we're going to get the most of out of Bo Nix, right? And you look at what that defense is in Philly. You look at what that offensive line is in Philadelphia. They put talent around Jalen Hurts because they need to. Denver is going to consistently try to put talent around Bo Nix, right? Now, Cortland Sutton, Mims, I think, is in there as well. Evan Ingram as well. RJ Harvey is going to be the running back this week. The rookie is, I think he's potentially could be a really, really, really good piece in that offense. And then it's Bo Nix, right? Then you start to think, okay, hey, We need you to take a couple of deep shots down the field throughout the game, and hopefully we hit one of them or two of them, and we can put a 10-point lead up and pad that back with our defense. What do they do in Philadelphia? They went and got A.J. Brown. They went and drafted Devontae Smith. They went and got Saquon Barkley. They drafted everybody from Georgia on that amazing defensive line. And then they said, okay, Jalen, this is what we need you to do. Every once in a while, can you throw the ball downfield and hit? And what do they complain about all the time in Philadelphia? Jalen Hurts. But that team is 7-2, 8-2, whatever the hell they are. And then you look at Denver and you think to yourself, is Bo Nix, right? The audio that we had earlier. Bo Nix this, Bo Nix that, crowd booing. Does the crowd boo in Philadelphia? Of course they do. Are they booing the team? No, they're not. They're booing the production of their quarterback. When you look at Denver, it's the same thing. And if that works for you, then so be it. But that's where I think these two teams are similar, because Denver's not fun. Denver's not an attractive 8-2 team, right? You look at the Los Angeles Rams. Very good defense, really good quarterback, lots of options on the offensive side with Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams. They're fun to watch. Seattle, fun to watch. The Chiefs, at times, very fun to watch. But Denver, Philadelphia, very boring, very cut and dry, very defensive oriented, and that's the way they're going to do their thing. I think there's a lot of similarities between Denver and Philadelphia because of where they are at quarterback.
And that's why it concerns me this weekend going to Denver, because they do things a different way and because they do things, completely off the charts, and they find ways to win, and they've been finding those ways to win games. And once you start finding ways to win games, that also becomes a habit for you. I mean, here we are now, right before Thanksgiving, and they're still finding ways to win games. I mean, it's no longer, it's just early or anything like that. No, they have found ways to win games, and that does become habit. And so that's why that kind of concerns me this weekend. Yeah, Bo Nix is nothing. They don't have J.K. Dobbins. There's not much of a wide receiver situation going on right now. They do have a good offensive line. And if they do have a good offensive line, is that going to neutralize Chris Jones? And is that going to allow them to be able to go out there and do the things that what they want to do from an offensive standpoint, because they are still solid along that offensive line? And that's the biggest concern that I have. Where they are the strongest is where we kind of need some help. And that's on the defensive line for the Chiefs. They're strong on the offensive line. They've got to win that battle, Kansas City does this weekend. There's no more kind of like take this day off and, let the linebackers and defensive backs carry you. This has to be a defensive line carried game. You've got to pressure Bo Nix. You've got to get into his face. You've got to make things difficult for him, because if you just allow him to hang out back there and he has success, he will build on success, because it does become habit. They find ways to win games, and success begats success. And so you've got to find a way early on and dominate an area that you haven't really dominated all year long. When was the last time we saw this defensive line take over a game?
Vegas. Karlaftis Jones both had sacks. They won 31-0. Geno couldn't do, but it was Geno. It was Vegas Raiders offensive line, which is terrible.
But Geno Smith is more Bo Nix than Bo Nix is Patrick Mahomes, right?
Yeah, somebody said on the text line, so basically the way you're describing Bo Nix is like Alex Smith light. Very similar.
Well, but not as good as Alex Smith.
No, but it took Alex Smith till he was 32 to where he really developed. Yeah. I mean, once Harbaugh came and took over, it's like, here's what you need to do. Listen to me, because I was very similar to your skill set. Here's how we can make you successful. Colin Kaepernick came in, which is a blessing and a curse for San Francisco, because then we got Alex Smith in Kansas City, and he was what we wanted. Hey, you're not going to throw the deep ball, but once in a while, just once a game, hit 10 down the field, and you'll see how this offense can open up. But a lot of it was what they're doing in Denver, like scheming, crossing, quick outs, stuff like that. So, like, there is that possibility, because Bo Nix can use his legs. Alex Smith can use his legs. Bo Nix can use his arm. It's very similar.
Except I envision Alex Smith is much better than Bo Nix.
By the end of his career, yes, but Bo Nix has been in the league 2 years.
Yeah, and so, I'm down on Bo Nix, but I'm also concerned with Bo Nix, if that makes sense. Like, I'm still very concerned about this game, because we've talked about all of this stuff and on paper and who's out and who's not playing, and the Chiefs should do this and the Chiefs should do that. Where's the confidence from this team to go out there and actually do what we're talking about and deliver the game that we need as fans to see? I mean, I think there are a lot of fans that are kind of on edge for this game, going into this game against the Denver Broncos, and rightfully so, because what Dusty said at the beginning, if they lose at 5-5, we're having real conversations about not going to the playoffs this year. And so, I think that this team needs to go out there and match that intensity that I think the fans have going into this game, of knowing how important, how vital this is. And you can't just go out there and say, oh, it's the Denver Broncos, it's Bo Nix, and they don't have J.K. Dobbins, and think you're just going to throw your hat out there, Chris Jones, and have a field day, because you're not.
it feels like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, Bob, a lot of your concern, your worry is less like football X's and O's and more like they've had 10 days of hearing the narratives, and the Chiefs have all this pressure, and the 3.5-point favorites at Denver, and it's more of like the storyline surrounding this game rather than what's actually happening. And no, I get that.
Yeah,
because
if you're just
pressure.
Yeah, if you're just looking at the X's and O's, it's a no-brainer. The Chiefs win this game going away. You know, you just look at the X's and O's, but it's never about the X's and O's. It's about those players. And, man, I just have in the back of my mind, and it's going to be there for the rest of the year, we come out slow. We didn't come out with enough energy. How is that possible? You play one day a week, and it's an NFL game in front of 75,000 people. How are you not bringing the energy? How is that possible? And I know they played extra game. I don't want to hear about all that kind of stuff, right? It's bring the energy. Like, we come every day with the energy. It's what you do. It's your job. You've got to bring the energy. And to hear them say they don't have the energy to play in an NFL game? Come on.
Yeah, the hell with EGE. How about BDE? Right? You know what that acronym stands for, right?
Beat that ass?
BDE.
Oh, BDE.
BDE.
Big blank energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like I said yesterday. Mahomes got to go beat him.
But Chris Jones is the one that really concerns me more as we get closer and closer to this game. Man, I'm just I don't have much faith in him anymore. I really don't.
Okay. Well,
I had going in the wrong lane and Bo Nix running past him.
We'll see.
Getting pushed back on run plays, standing up straight.
Yep, watching things happen.
I'm with you.
To me, if you really want to know why I'm kind of apprehensive about this game, I do not believe that Chris Jones is going to bring what we need for the rest of the year. I think the game has passed him by. I just do.
Okay. Who wants to bet that when we go to break, we hear you're listening to 96.5 The Fan with Fescoe and Dusty?
But, I mean, that should be everybody's concern, right? Like, we need this defensive line to rattle Bo Nix. We really do. Like, this has to be that kind of game.
Spaghetti and meatballs, Spags. Coming up on the other side, you know what it is. It's Mitch Holtis, your voice of the Kansas City Chiefs here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
All right, folks, here's the deal. Park and Go is where you're going to park this holiday season when you're headed out of town. You've made that flight reservation. You're getting ready. 2 weeks from yesterday is Thanksgiving. Christmas is around the corner. And all the great holiday travel times are ahead of us, so you need to park at Park and Go to make your trip smooth. You can count on Park and Go to get you to the airport terminal on time and to get you home on time as well. They are as reliable as it gets. All spots are covered parking, and you're going to save money when you prepay. That's why I always encourage people to make that reservation immediately after they make their flight reservation so you can prepay, save money, and get that covered parking spot reserved for you. And then you show up on the day of your flight, you scan your reservation, you get directed to that covered parking spot, and the van meets you right away and takes you right to the airport terminal. When you get back, just grab your bags, walk outside, jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Get ready, Missouri. Kickoff is near. The world's largest sports book is coming to your fingertips. Circa Sports, it's sports betting the way it should be. With high and transparent app limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Start betting like a pro in Missouri on December 1st. Learn about your new bookie today at circasports.com. The world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports launches December 1st.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box so that family memories would be safe and could always be enjoyed together.
And starting now, we're offering listeners early access to our best deal of the year during our $9 tape sale.
1 million families and counting have trusted Legacy Box to convert their aging media because Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your videotapes, film reels, and photos aren't protected unless they're on a digital format.
With the holidays approaching, don't wait. Simply fill your legacy box. We'll take care of the rest.
It's the most meaningful thing you can do this holiday season, and the perfect time during our best sale of the year.
Visit legacybox.com/value to get early access to our Black Friday sale and digitize your memories for only $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/value. legacybox.com/value.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident? Call Jay Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all. Be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these amazing game day specials. 14-inch two-topping pizzas for just $12 and $4 domestic OP cups. The other place with 5 great Kansas City Metro locations.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 southbound, just past the merge with 69 highway with an accident blocking the right lane. Delays on 35 about 2 miles approaching now, just crawling along in through there. 69 highway starting to build slowdowns approaching that interchange as well. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
He's been the voice of Chiefs Kingdom since 1994.
Damian Williams, 20, stays in bounds, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City! Damian Williams runs to immortality!
Here's Mitch Holtis on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Second down. Denver inside their 1. Elway is under center. Now he pulls away again. His hands on his hips. He looks back at Gordon McCarter, the referee, said, hey, what gives?
Again, I have asked the defense to help lower the crowd noise. Any further crowd noise problem will result in a charged timeout against Kansas City. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for listening to 96.5 The Fan today as we are now joined by Mitch Holtis. Mitch, it's been very tough for me to stay focused this week because there is not a franchise in sports that I hate more than the Denver Broncos. Mitch, I hope you're having a great Red Friday.
That should have you even more focused and beating your head against the sheetrock. Mac Morey's already doing that. That's what Mac does every day, though. By the way, he's a savant on the American Sun Conference for basketball.
Is he?
But,
who's in that league?
Yes. I don't even know.
No.
Mac can tell you, but yeah, that
I'll let you know.
Northeast Conference, I have no idea. I think maybe Wofford or Mercer.
Yeah.
Anyway, gigantic game.
Mm-hmm.
People have asked me, is it a must-win? No. It's like going to the Kansas Speedway and watching a car way out in front with still a third of the race to go, and a lot of things can happen, but still it's critical. And the Chiefs, they win this one, then the world looks differently.
Yep, absolutely. And for me, my biggest concern going into this game, Mitch, is Chris Jones. I mean, it's time for us to see the Chris Jones of old, if he's still able to be the Chris Jones of old.
Well, and easier said than done when you've got to go up against this offensive line, and especially inside. Quint Miners is a stud. Their right guard, Wisconsin Whitewater, I've admired him and liked him ever since he was working out in the North Woods of Canada, like pulling trees out by the roots. And we got to get Chris some help, even on the inside. We got to draw some fire off him, if you will, to give a military term, because he's getting so much attention. And we've got to get some help from some other guys to help Chris out.
Who is that?
Anybody and everybody. Honestly, there is no one guy. It's everybody. It's Dana, Menahu, I think a guy that will really come on these next 8 games is Ashton Gelati. We saw signs of it in the Buffalo game. He got his first half sack, really a sack, but give George half of it, but that's fine. It's certainly George who's dealing with this thumb issue, but it's anybody and everybody that's going to play on that offensive line. It's Pinnell, it's Noddy, all of them.
Mitch, how big of a game is this for the group that protects number 15?
Wow, the biggest game. It's interesting, Dusty. That group is really the closest thing to a fraternity that is on a team, part of a subculture. Think of a fraternity row at a college, and you've got the wide receivers in one house and the running backs in another. That the offensive line really is a fraternity. Now, this week reminds me a little bit of Super Bowl 57. If you remember all of the talk about the Eagles' pressure in going into that game, and the fact that they were going to break the record of the 85 Bears in sacks. Now, the Broncos are going to probably break that record this year. But you remember how many sacks the Eagles had in that Super Bowl 57?
0.
Remember the T-shirts in the parade? 0 sacks.
Right.
I remember walking into the locker room in this euphoric state. Like the first guys I saw were Creed and Trey and that offensive line, and they're yelling at me like, hey, Mitch, how many sacks did the Eagles have? Now, I say that only because this group, and answer your question, Dusty, has got to be as much of a fraternity as they've ever been. And Kingsley Suamataia has now joined this fraternity. But this is probably the biggest challenge he's had since he's moved to left guard. And he's doing a really good job there, but now he really feels a part of this group.
Yeah.
Just being out there with the guys. I'm like I said, I'm very blessed to have the coaches and all the guys next to me, be out there with them. But just being out there and being able to play the game that I love, that's the biggest.
How close are you guys? Because it seems like you've got your own little kind of fraternity.
Very close. Everyone's always checking on everybody, making sure everybody's always 30 minutes early before work. So everyone's always on each other. So, yeah, we're very close.
So he had a rough pledge year in the fraternity, but he's fully active now. But these guys have got to play together. That's the answer to your question, Dusty, because this defensive front of Denver, we know they got 46 sacks, the most in 37 seasons. But what they have is a new school, one of the new school keys to this game, and it's the quick pass rush. To negate a great pass rush, you do get rid of the ball quick, right? Trevor Lawrence out in 2.2 seconds. Tua Tagovailoa, quick screens, quick slant. Quick one-man screen to the back, little flare pass. These guys, the Denver Broncos, are on you faster than you can even get that done. Their quick pressure rate is the best so far the NFL has ever seen. So this group on the offensive line of the Chiefs has got to be spectacular in this game.
So what do you have to do from an offensive standpoint, though, to neutralize that Denver defense?
Well, you've got to attack them. You've got to somehow take the fight to them. And even though, your screen game has got to be good, you've got to somehow attack the guts of the middle. There's got to be some semblance of the run game. Your under center game, which the Chiefs play, they'll play pistol, they'll mostly play shotgun, but they do play some under center. That has got to be a vital part of your attack. And even though they get there fast, sometimes you can get by their armpit. And Rashee Rice is key in this game, and a guy like Rashard Smith, that you've got to be quicker than they're quick, or you've got to somehow get by them. And every play call in this game will be critical, everyone.
Mitch, what have you seen with this team with their wins and what you've seen with their losses?
Okay, I got to give a little bit of credit here to Dana Hughes, my esteemed colleague and the senator from Iowa and New Jersey. He claims 2 states. But we were talking about, and let me set it up this way. The Chiefs have won the toss, you guys, 7 times in 9 games. Now, in the new age of football, which really started the last 7 to 8 years, if you win the toss, you
defer.
Why do you defer?
Halftime.
You get back-to-back possessions. Yeah, you get a wraparound. I call them the double dip. You get the double dip. It's like your wife telling you, don't double dip your chip in the sauce, and you do it anyway.
I tell my wife not to double dip.
Well, on the other side. Anyway, and then like, what's that sour cream in that dip?
She contaminates the salsa with the cheese every single time.
And the sour cream looks like sewage in there.
Like, it's awful. It is a mess.
Anyway, here's the point. Double dipping. The Chiefs have won the toss 7 times in 9 games. That means they have had, essentially, it hasn't worked out always perfectly, but almost all the time, the last half of the second quarter, or the last quarter, first possession of the third. Detroit gave them one more. Detroit took the ball in week 6. That's 8 times out of 9 the Chiefs have had a double dip potential. In their 5 wins, in the Chiefs' 5 wins, so think of 10 here, 10 possessions, 5 times 2, the end of the second, start of the third. 5 times in their wins, the Chiefs have 7 touchdowns and a field goal in those 10 possessions in their 5 wins. The Charger loss is notwithstanding. It's the only time they didn't have that. The Chargers won the toss. The other 3 games that they've lost, Philadelphia, Jacksonville, Buffalo, the Chiefs in double-dip opportunities have had no touchdowns, 1 field goal, and 4 3-and-outs.
Mm-hmm.
The point here is that the hypothesis was, how are we doing on double dips? And I even went back to last year, and it wasn't as profound as this. But the thesis now is that third quarter possession or the second quarter end of possession, especially if you double dip, or even if you don't and you're playing defensive double dip, it becomes as critical almost as the last 2 minutes of the game. It's not the end of the game. You have all your timeouts. So if you start the third quarter, you got all this time. But it's almost like watching the movie or reading the book or listening to books on tape and going, wait a minute, let's go back to that point in the movie. That's when this thing was decided.
Yeah.
That's what the Chiefs have to maximize for the rest of the season.
So it's funny you say that, because I was kind of thinking the same thing the last week or so, watching the double dips and not getting anything out of them. And there's a couple of us that text during the games and whatnot. We're like, all right, the double dip is coming. We're excited about that. But it hasn't been that productive. And it's funny that you were thinking that way, because I was as well, going, it's just not like it was a couple of years ago where you knew they were going to score before halftime and then get the ball back and score again and really put opponents away.
Well, 2 new school areas that I wanted to accentuate with you guys today that will decide, I think, the rest of the season, really for the Broncos and the Chiefs, is 1, the quick pressure rate, and then 2, who maximizes double dips. Now, this coin toss thing will even out. We're not going to win the coin toss every week.
Right.
And 7 out of 9 is a pretty high percentage. But then it's also defending those double dips. And a 3-and-out is devastating. That first drive of the third quarter, you get a 3-and-out, it deflates your defense.
Mm-hmm.
I was even talking with the offensive staff and Matt Nagy about it. Like, if you don't put some critical emphasis in that drive and you go 3-and-out, it is not only a lift to the opponent, but it's mostly a drag down to the defense. So, and then if you're playing defense, it's a win.
Yeah.
You got to look for little wins throughout a game, like this game. This game's the eventual winner will all get all the little wins throughout the game. And a little win is stopping the double dip from the opponent, because more often than not, they're going to take defer their choice to the second half.
Mitch, looking like Isaiah Pacheco won't play this game, is there a way that you can beat this defense by trying to actually run the football?
Yeah, it's just going to have to be really, really creative in how you do it, both in personnel and scheme. And the Chiefs are that way anyway. Andy Reid's had that approach really ever since he got here. This isn't Christian Okoye bashing in on ISOs and leads. But you can, and you must, And even if think about a 4-yard gain on a run or a pseudo run, or a pseudo run is a pop pass, or a quick throw. Much like it's what Denver does on offense. That's exactly what they do. And so a 4-yard gain on those plays in this game specifically, are little minor wins.
Talking with Mitch Holthus, the voice of the Chiefs, Mitch, and their offense, they're not going to have J.K. Dobbins. They've got Bo Nix as their quarterback. They don't put up a lot of points. What are you looking at from a Denver offense this week?
Bo Nix is dusty. Well, first of all, let me ask this question.
Okay.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night thinking, wait a minute, I forgot I had this class, and it's December the 12th, and I've not been to this class?
Right.
And now I got to somehow not get an F? You guys ever had that?
Yeah, right, yeah.
That happens every week. Right? So Bo Nix is the dude that didn't go to class all semester, was supposed to sit next to you, didn't go to class, and aces the final. Here's why. It is one of the more interesting studies I've ever seen. You realize Cam Ward is the only quarterback in the NFL that has a worse passer rating in the first 3 quarters than Bo Nix? 8 of his interceptions have been in the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, only he and Baker Mayfield have 9 plays of 30 yards or more. He's got 4 game-winning drives, and his quarterback rating just goes through the roof in the fourth quarter. I've never really seen anything like this where you're getting all the pop quizzes, you're flunking or getting D's on it, and then you ace the final. That's Bo Nix. And so far, that's added up to 8-2, that and their flesh-eating defense.
Yeah, I mean, but what is it more? Like, is it Bo Nix figuring out ways in the fourth quarter, or is it that flesh-eating defense that keeps them in it to allow Bo Nix to figure this thing out late in games?
I'll add a third. I think their offensive line wears people down. Yeah. I think this offensive line is one of the most improved in the league. I mean, Garrett Bowles used to be a holding machine. Now, some of it is scheme. Let's go back to Dusty asking me, how do you run the ball? Well, you do a little bit of what Denver does all the time. They are, again, the ball's coming out fast, or their runs are, they max protect a lot, or they halfway max protect, meaning I can block 5, 1 throws, 5 can go out. That's the least protection you can have. Or I can do any combination of those other 6 players or 5 players because one guy's throwing the ball. These guys max protect a lot, but I do think their O-line wears people down. They're physical. They want to beat you down, much like our guys can do. But it's going to be a war with this offensive line all day. Now, the other stuff that you mentioned, which is obvious, what's not so obvious is this offensive line, which we're not in a gauntlet of offensive lines. We're playing, I think, 4 of the top 5 or 6 offensive lines in the league. We played Buffalo. They're right there. The Colts have the best offensive line in the league, arguably, and Dallas isn't far behind. But this Denver group is really improved. Biggest improvement of their team, I think.
You know, Mitch, you're looking at this game and everything that you're saying, it should be a fairly close game. And I think it is going to be a fairly close game, and it's probably going to be a fourth quarter type game. But a concern I do have is, like, you keep talking about how they need to get the ball out quick. Is Patrick Mahomes going to be willing to do that, or is he going to go back to trying to play some sort of hero ball at times like he does and try to hold on to the ball to try to hit the deep pass? Is he going to be able to allow himself to take the quick underneath routes?
Well, don't get me wrong. You're going to want to take some shots on this team, too. You just have to be really strategic about it. And you're going to have to also max protect against it. I guess be really creative, but we've seen the Chiefs do that. I got faith in their game plan. The Chiefs are locked in on this game, man. They are locked in, and Pat is going to be locked in. So you've got to take some shots, but I think we're going to get playoff Pat in this game. It's not a must-win. It's critical, but it does feel playoff-ish. And that's when Pat's at his best, whether he's smoking it down the field at 40 yards or he's doing what he needs to do to keep a drive alive or attack a first drive of the third quarter as if it's the last 2 minutes of the game. You look at his playoff numbers and how he handles it versus the rest of the season, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Will we get the intensity? We've heard a lot this year about them saying, oh, we came out slow, we didn't match the intensity. Are they going to start matching the intensity?
Oh, no. The look I'm getting throughout this week is, no, it's on. They know. The Chiefs know. Our guys know.
Okay.
You're going to get the intensity in this game from both sides. Every play is going to matter. Every series is going to matter. This is a rock hard, rock on game.
Mitch, I want to get your perspective on this because I want you to put yourself in Andy Reid's shoes. Now, I know that you are, utmost and respectful to everything that you've done around this team, but you're Andy Reid. You're playing the best defensive line in football, and what you say is not a must-win, but it's an important win. Do you put Josh Simmons out there at left tackle?
That's the question of the week. Yeah, but I think we've got to be realistic. I don't know what he'll do as far as does he rotate some guys? Is it realistic to ask Josh after not playing for 5 weeks to play the flesh-eating defense and go, hey, go get him for 70 snaps and be great in this game?
Mm-hmm.
And yet I think Josh brings such a skill set that you play him some. To answer your question, I would say yeah, but I think we've got to be realistic about it.
Okay.
Not that there's a pitch count, but there's got to be a feel to the game and seeing how this is all working. But to say he's going to be inactive, I wouldn't go that far.
And then the other thing I want to bring up is what really cooked the Chiefs last time they played football was the Buffalo Bills. Where do you see them trying to scheme against Evan Ingram?
Yeah, well, this isn't a tight end centric offense. Now they use them some, but they do a bunch of other stuff. He struggled this year a little bit, but it's other things to worry about. They got a really cool play, and I'll give Sean Payton credit on this one. They send guys on vertical routes, right? They're out on verts, and then they go, oh, Bo Nix is going, it's all covered up. I guess I'll throw a check down. Nothing else to do here. And then a guy will pop out of the clouds, a tight end, and they'll have a one-man screen set up. Usually on a one-man or quick screen, that's done right away. These guys do it on a delayed basis. I thought, okay, that's halfway brilliant. That play concerns me more than what Dalton Kincaid did to the Chiefs in the Buffalo game. I think it's a different scheme, different group, other things to worry about.
The other thing that you have to watch, though, is we know it's big. They don't get where it's too big, and they start playing outside themselves. That's a concern as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but think about how many big games our guys have played.
Yeah.
Holy crud. I mean, 5 Super Bowls in 6 years. And people have recency bias on this, like this is the first challenger the Chiefs have ever had in this 9-game run. Stop it. Actually, the Raiders were good in 2016. The Raiders were in this position, and Jack Del Rio and all that, and the Chiefs able to overtake them in December on a Thursday night game.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers in 2018 were 12-4, right? So the Chiefs being 9-6 in 2023. Like, we've been here before. And these guys, the Chiefs have played so many big games. I go back to the 2022 draft class. These guys are like veterans who have been in so many battles at a young age. And so the game's not too big for them. They won't get too geeked out. The younger guys are the ones you worry about in that, but I don't see that in these guys. So I just think it's big game time. It's big game time, and attack these guys. Take the fight to them.
No doubt, Mitch. Enjoy the game. I'm going to go back and join Mac and bang my head against sheetrock until 10 o'clock and then have myself an afternoon.
Attaboy. And I've got you volunteered for a crash dummy test up at the Clay Como plant just to get you, get the vibe. Mm-hmm. And so if you can be there by 2:15, I think is when they have you scheduled.
Okay.
So
he'll be there.
Yeah. And put the black and white little decals on you, so it'll be good.
Perfect.
Right. Thanks, Mitch. We appreciate it.
See ya.
That's Mitch Holtz. It's brought to you by GHA and Silverside Eye Center, Government Employee Health Association Incorporated, and by Silverside Eye Center. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient
He
care.
wants you to be a crash test dummy.
That's right.
Yeah, with the decals.
And then call me Bo Nix. I went from Tom Brady to Bo Nix in 9 weeks. Apparently, I can ace a final and miss the entire class. That's
a compliment.
It's not true.
No.
It's actually the complete opposite. I go to the class all year long, fail the final.
That's exactly what I would do, too. I'd be in every damn class. Test,
Oh, I had horrible test anxiety.
Terrible.
Horrible. I would study all night for math tests, and then they'd put the test face down, flip it over, and I was gone.
God, forget everything, yeah.
He needs the wind.
Yeah, he does.
Again, that was Mitch Holtis, brought to you by GEHA, Government Employee Health Association, Incorporated, also by Silverstein Eye Centers. Achieve your best vision and experience outstanding patient care at Silverstein Eye Center. Coming up next, it's Mac Morey takes over the show with one word. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/Alex to grab your reward before the clock expires. FanDuel is the official sportsbook of the NBA and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. When you buy an engagement ring or fine jewelry gift from Shane Company, you get more than what you paid for. Our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. It covers everything. There's no fine print. You'll get unlimited cleanings, resizings, and repairs. Plus, it even protects your engagement ring's center stone. We stand behind the quality of our jewelry, and that's our gift to you this holiday. Peace of mind. Because a friend knows the best things in life are free. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Hello, Crushers. It's your host, DJ Divine, telling you that Candy Crush music season is here. Tasty. Conquer levels to mix your own track and win sweet rewards. Divine. Now let's swipe to the next track. Take it away, Thundercat. Candy Crush music season. Play now. From November 3rd to December 7th, selected players level 36+. Terms apply. See in-game. Optional in-game purchases.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract surgery with premium lens implants to correct your vision up close and far away. Trust my eye doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein, Silverstein Eye Centers, 816-358-3600 to schedule an appointment.
Football season is Big Beef season. Join the Booth Creek Wagyu revolution and taste the steaks, burgers, and even Wagyu hot dogs that are changing the way America eats beef. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouthwatering Wagyu every day. And their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut. And now, Booth Creek is offering same-day delivery. Perfect for last-minute gatherings when you need Wagyu fast. Now available in-store, online, and same-day delivery. BoothCreekWagyu.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 35 southbound, just past the merge with 69 highway with an accident blocking the right lane. Delays on 35 about 2 miles approaching now, just crawling along into there. 69 highway starting to build slowdowns approaching that interchange as well. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. Red Friday, it's been too long. I'm ready. Let's go. I'm hype.
Oh, yeah, Daddy. Oh, yeah, Daddy. Oh, yeah, Daddy.
We had a good text in the J Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. The Chiefs need to bottle up Mitch Holtis's energy, and then they'll for sure win every game. That's damn right, man. Just go talk to Mitch before the game. You'll be ready to go.
Yep. Bang your head against a sheetrock wall, apparently, Mac. That's what I'm really good at doing.
It's funny when Mitch was talking about all of those big games that the Chiefs have been in, and in my mind I'm going, but have they been in one this big? Like where their backs are truly against the wall. Like where your season is kind of on the line, right? Playoff, Super Bowl, that's all out there. You're already in. This is one that may not let you in. That's why I don't know if they faced a regular season game at this magnitude. But then Mitch talked about the Raiders. He talked about the Chargers last couple of years. So they've got to match that intensity, man. That's the one thing that concerns me going into this game. Can they match the intensity of the Denver Broncos?
And this does feel like a little bit different maybe than some of those other situations, given the context of the division being more competitive, all of those things. So with that, I say one word on this Sunday's game against the Broncos.
Vital. It's a vital game.
I don't think running back for the Chargers?
Yeah, Vital, right? Yeah, Veal. Wasn't there like a guy named Veal that played professional sports?
I don't know. You got to try it, though.
Dermondo Veal? Or
Never had veal?
No, I was just saying, try
the veal. It's like every comedian. Hey, try the veal. Hey, how you doing?
Sorry, I got to so off track.
Valet, there was a valet or a veal guy that played in the NFL.
A valet sounds familiar,
but it was spelled veal, I think. V-E-A-L.
I'll do some research.
What was the question?
One word to describe this game against the Broncos.
That's it. Vital for the Denver Broncos. It's the biggest regular season game Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have ever played.
Okay.
Together for sure.
Yeah, together. In this era, it's the biggest regular season game that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have ever had.
My one word would be, I would say homage. Pay homage to Denver. They're finally up and having it. They had John Elway for all those years. But the Chiefs fans always said to themselves, gosh, get that John Elway guy. Pay homage to Denver and let them realize that you have Patrick Mahomes and he's still around, even if they are 5-4. I said it yesterday. Go do it. Go remind them why we hate Denver and let Denver now have a new hatred for Kansas City because we had John Elway to deal with. Now you have Patrick Mahomes to deal with. Homage.
We'll stick in the NFL here. Some breaking news coming from yesterday. Tom Pelissero had it first, I believe. The NFL has worked with lawmakers, regulators, and sports betting partners. Oh no, Dusty. To limit and, where possible, prohibit prop bets in the NFL. One word.
Good. It just has to be done. I mean, we couldn't handle it. But we have shown, as human beings, we can't handle nice things. And so now we have to put in rules because we can't handle nice things. It's the right thing to do, though. It really is. And it's probably going to save a lot of people from themselves, too. But sorry, we tried, and you didn't behave.
I don't know if this is one word, but it's self-checkout. It's the same thing. Remember we had self-checkout?
Used to. Yeah.
People stole.
People were stealing big time.
Took it away. They take those little taco seasoning packages because I went to the people at Hy-Vee and I did some investigative research. I said, hey, how come you don't have self-checkout anymore? And they said because people would take taco seasoning packages, put it underneath the steak.
I heard that as well at Hy-Vee. Yeah.
Charge $1.99 for a $20 ribeye. Put it in the bag. Nobody knows. So self-checkout, everyone has ruined it for everybody. You know what you can't do. You know what you can do. You still did it. Now we can't do it because we suffer because of you. So, Richards.
I'm also liking it goes putting people back to work. I'm not the employee of the store either, So,
Sure.
but I mean, to have the opportunity, if you got one or two items, fine. But people ruin everything. Human beings ruin everything.
That's why we couldn't eat at the restaurant when food got messed up because servers would do it on purpose. Oh, I forgot we were supposed to put no sauce. No, you didn't, Brandon. No, you didn't.
Just wanted a free sandwich.
Why do you have the Joker smiling barbecue sauce on your face?
People would do that. I mean,
that's why we couldn't do it because they do it on purpose. Mac knows. He worked in the industry.
For sure.
People would be like, oh, yeah, that's supposed to be dry. I guess I can get rid of that for you. Yeah, in the trash can.
Exactly. Yep.
That's how it works.
They'd rather throw it away than let you
so
eat it.
So you can't have the privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not? Or if you were close with your manager, they'd say, take that somewhere quickly. And you're like, thank you, Robin.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, Under Armour splitting up.
See ya.
No longer partners. One word.
Big would be my one word. That's a big star with their brand. They have Ohtani. They have him. Cooper Flag.
Yep.
So they went with the American flag and got rid of Steph Curry. They say, you're about to be out, and I don't want this. Steph Curry will have a Nike shoe in 2 months.
You start to see State Farm's moving away from Patrick, right? They moved away from Aaron Rodgers. That's kind of just what happens.
Yeah, you got to go where the product's hot. You can't be stale. I mean, I know Steph Curry's on his way out, right? Like, that's inevitable. What's he got, maybe 2 years left in the NBA?
Yeah, 2 years maybe. If he wanted to play longer, he could, but...
He could be Ray Allen.
Oh, forever, till he's 45.
Go play with Luka in L.A.
That would be
sit
fun.
in the corner.
That would be fun. Also be fun if the Royals can find a trade partner for Chris Bubic. It is gaining some momentum, gaining talks right now in the MLB offseason. One word on the idea of trading Chris Bubic.
Good. I'd trade everybody on the team except Bobby Witt. I don't care who they are. I'd trade everybody on the Chiefs right now except for Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you have to look at ways to make your organization better. I've said this for years, got dumped on a lot, that I would trade these guys and whatnot. Everybody is expendable in sports if you can make your organization better. Now, obviously, Bobby and Patrick are two different type of human beings. Everybody on these rosters is expendable. I thought it was funny. Max said to me this morning, he goes, starting to understand. Get rid of them all. You're all just replaceable parts, man. I understand athletes are human as well, but in the scheme of what they do for a living, you are a replaceable part, except for maybe the 1%ers that are out there athlete-wise.
Oh, that's right. Cooper and Shohei are New Balance. My bad. Yeah, not Under Armour. Who is with Under Armour?
Yeah, I was going to say, then who is with Under Armour?
I know Jordan Spieth is. That's about the only one I know.
I didn't know Under Armour was still a thing, quite frankly.
I feel like Bryce Harper's probably... No, he's probably New Balance, too.
Freddie Freeman.
Huh.
I mean, it's rough. Curry was their guy. Michael Phelps.
Oh, nice.
Nice in 2012. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Royals, Bubic, one word, luxury. Like, if that's what you got to do to get rid of, to gain, then yes, do it. Go. You have a luxury in Chris Bubic. Maybe you've seen peak Bubic, and maybe you are concerned with injury, and somebody else says, hey, we'll bring him in. Maybe his career, pivots in a different direction. The injuries stop. I don't know. Maybe he's faced the worst that he's faced. The Royals did that with Cole Reagans. coming off two Tommy John injuries. Texas was like, we need a closer. You need pitching. Let's shake hand. He might have some injuries in the future, but I don't think they can get any worse than what they've been. But it's your job now. We've seen him kind of get a little bit hurt this last year, but hopefully that's in the past. But it's the same thing. Tex had a luxury item in Cole Reagans. We had a luxury item in Aroldis Chapman. Trade. There you go.
And then MLS and Apple new partnership agreement. Season pass on MLS will no longer exist. All MLS games are going to be available on Apple TV.
It's smart. If you're not the NFL, you need to get your product into the hands of the people and not charge them extra for that. And that's a smart move by MLS. I feel like they're struggling, though, man, changing the whole season now and everything.
They're struggling because they're competing with the NFL. Yeah. So now they're going to flip it, right?
No, they're going to compete more with the NFL.
Oh, more with it. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
They're going to start in July, have a little bit of a winter. They're basically doing what EPL does. You know, they're trying to get on that European schedule, and they're going to be off in the early spring, I guess, or late spring, early summer, maybe. You know, and they're going to go from July to May or something like that. I don't know, man. It's like they're grasping at straws right now because I think the women's soccer league is going to pass the MLS for where people are interested. You know, I know here in Kansas City, people talk more about the Current than they do Sporting KC at this point in time. Now, Sporting isn't winning and the Current is, but I feel like since the Current came into Kansas City, Sporting Kansas City has taken a big-time backseat for this. So I feel like the MLS is kind of grasping at straws, but also smart. If you're baseball, if you're basketball, if you're hockey, and people subscribe to these services that have your games, let them have those games for free. It creates fandom, man.
Yeah, I felt like there was a little bit of minor Chiefs heartbreak last Saturday when the Current lost. Like, my sister's like, we lost. My day's ruined. Season ticket holder. Loves the team. Devastated. So,
damn.
Current, great season.
Love hearing that passion, though. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Huge.
I mean, it's unbelievable the way that Kansas City supports the Current. It's great. It's wonderful. It's outstanding because they win. It's fun. You want to be part of something that's fun and winning.
Great stadium, too.
Their stadium's sick. Especially at night when you go across that bridge and it's lit up in teal. Sick.
So fun.
Coming up next on the other side, it's not sick, it's Script, 96.5 The Fan. You're over Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what, ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies right now are showing that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some sort of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies, and that's what Heartland Men's Health does. At Heartland Men's Health, they have treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of these treatments can even have you last an hour or more. At Heartland Men's Health, they're ready for you. So schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Plus, they have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bring tournament energy to the regular season with an NBA Cup odds boost token from BetMGM. The token is already waiting for you in your BetMGM account. So simply visit your promotions page and add an NBA Cup bet to your bet slip. Activate your token, and if your bet hits, you'll score extra winnings. BetMGM is the place to shoot your shot all season long. New this year, BetMGM has improved its app to include dark mode, a brand new rewards hub, and matchup and market insights for your bets. Head over to your BetMGM account today and grab your NBA Cup odds boost token to score a bigger payout if you win. Make it a tournament to remember with BetMGM, authorized gaming partner of the NBA.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and may expire in 1 to 7 days. Please gamble responsibly in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
You don't need to be a financial MVP right out of the gate. At Main Street Credit Union, we're here to coach you through it. No matter where you're at, lining up for your first play or deep in the game, we'll help you move the ball forward. From building credit to launching a business. Because here, it's not just about money, it's about progress and having a team that's got your back. Learn more at mainstreetcu.org.
Tomorrow, you'll hear Kansas State football instead of the John Clay Wolf Show. So this weekend, you can catch it on 98.9 The Rock and always on the John Clay Wolf YouTube channel, sponsored by Give Me the VIN, America's best car buyer.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. The technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
When comfort's on the line, Anthony shows up. Same day, 24/7, even weekends and holidays. For a limited time, tankless water heaters starting at $88 per month. Schedule your complimentary proposal today at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland, your earlier problem, 35 southbound at the 69 highway merge has cleared. Now just a lingering slowdown in the immediate area. Heading towards downtown 71 northbound, very heavy. Hit delays at 27th Street, crawls up to 18th Street with an accident reporting. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey, it's Trent McDuffie. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Back at it here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports. Chiefs football this Sunday, 3:25. Don't forget, 3 hours before kickoff, the Chiefs Radio Network starts on this station, 96.5 The Fan. Briscoe's pregame, postgame, all here. Mitch, Dan, and Ann Kling calling all the action as we were joined earlier by Mitch Holtis, as we are every Friday, but it is a Friday. It is 8 o'clock. What a gorgeous day. What a great day. Celebrate yourself today, everybody. You know, at some point in the day, whether it's tonight, whether it's this afternoon, whether it's at lunch, whether it's right now, you know, be like proud of yourself. It's okay to say that. It is 8 o'clock, though, so we do the script. Mac Attack, you're at the top of the list. I always wait to do mine after we talk to Mitch. That's my rule. I got to get the insight. So, Mac, go ahead. What's your script?
All right, yeah, this is script raw. No Mitch help. Here we go. Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite for a reason. If even Vegas believes, why don't we? Why can't we right here in Kansas City? Don't overthink this. This isn't your daddy's Broncos. This certainly isn't your daddy's Chiefs. Okay? This is a different situation. This is a Mahomes takeover game. And I said that before Mitch did. This is going to be playoff Pat, baby. Over 40 rushing yards this game for Mahomes. Over 250 passing. Rashee Rice is going to score a touchdown, as does rookie Brashard Smith. Gets in pay dirt for the first time in his NFL career. Chris Jones will get a sack. And McDuffie gets an interception on a deep pass when they're in desperation mode in the fourth quarter. Chiefs win this one 27-17.
All right. I like where you're kind of thinking about that one. Here's where I'm going to go. The excuses are done. There's no more room for error. There's no more we didn't match the intensity and all that kind of stuff. The Chiefs know it, and they'll play their best game of the year. Patrick Mahomes comes out firing. He'll complete his first 8 passes of the game. You saw Drake May the other night, 11 straight passes. Patrick Mahomes going to go out there and try to match that. Travis Kelce gets into the end zone in the first half, and that is just the beginning. Rashee Rice will find pay dirt. Hollywood Brown gets into the end zone. And you know what, Chris? You're going to show up this week, and you're going to get a sack of Bo Nix. That's all we're asking for. Get after Bo Nix, get a sack, be a Chris Jones day. He'll get that sack, knock down a pass, and on that sack, it'll be a strip. Chiefs will recover, and they will win a close one, 35-0.
Wow, really close this week.
Yes.
Nervous. 35-0. Gear up. Get ready. It's going to be a showdown. Cue the ELO music, you know. Electric Light Orchestra, gonna be a showdown, right? I can see Roy Munson hitting the splits and doing the backspin on the bowling ball right there, but this is a Patrick Mahomes game, and he has to be that dude in this game. Not the second-year guy that says, F it, Tyreek Hill's down there somewhere and just slings it deep, but he's got to be now the veteran that is 30-year-old Patrick Mahomes, be the surgeon. Do your job in a clean and professional way. The offensive line is key versus that defensive line. That's no secret. Who's going to stop Benito? I do think Denver is going to get to Patrick Mahomes a couple of times in this game because that's who they are. They're going to get sacks. They just cannot happen on a 3rd and 7 or a 4th and 1. You know the Chiefs are going to go for it. You cannot take a sack on a 4th and 1 or a 3rd and 7 to, you know what I'm saying there? Obviously, 4th and 1, you turn it over on downs, but that's when they're going to pin their ears back. But I do believe that they are going to get theirs. I like Rashee Rice in this game. I think he's the crutch for Mahomes. I think Mahomes leans on that, and I see a Cooper Kupp type of Matthew Stafford connection in this game. I can see Rashee Rice having more than 10 or more receptions in this game for over 100 yards. Call it 10 for 110. No, Patrick Surtain II is more key than people are saying it is. He's missed a couple of games, but look at who they played in his absence. The Broncos. You worried about anybody on that receiving core? Jacoby Myers was traded. They didn't even have him on the team, right? He's somewhere else. And then I think Kelsey's that guy that we've seen all year. I like Kelsey to have 4 to 5 receptions for about 60 to 55 yards. That's fine with me. And I think Worthy gets involved more than we've seen in the past 4 weeks as well. Andy Reid is 22-4 off of the bye. That needs to be reminded. He gets to 23-4 after the bye. Chiefs become the scariest 6-4 team in the last decade. Chiefs win 28-14.
Let's get to Sunday at 3:25.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Like the Duke. You want to see a guy from upstate New York, Google search the Duke, D-U-K-E. He was on the Internet Invitational just smoking pot the whole time and talking.
Nice.
And his golf swing is one of the most bizarre things you've ever seen. So, are you really nervous, or is that you just?
No, I am. I am really nervous.
I thought this was going to be the week that you might change the score.
No.
Me too.
No.
I thought maybe you'd be like, I want to say 35-0, but I'm going to say 17-16.
I thought it would have been like, if you say 35-0, but it's close one, 31-0.
See, I'm nervous and I'm concerned about both Patrick Mahomes and Chris Jones. I really am going into this game. I have this fear that Patrick is going to try to do what he can't do, and that Chris Jones is just going to be the same Chris Jones, that we've seen basically all year long. And we can't have that in this game. That's why I said in the script, it has to be a Chris Jones type of game. Like, when you look back on your career and you think about all the great things that you have accomplished, you want to continue to stack those moments and have those moments. This can be one of those moments where Chris Jones could look back when it's all said and done and goes, man, remember that regular season game in Denver? We were 5-4 and I'd stunk all year long, and I went out there and I wrecked that game. Like, these are the moments that you have to live for. I don't think Chris Jones has many more moments left in his career, quite honestly. Based on the way that I've seen him play this year, I don't know that, we're going to see many more of those moments from Chris Jones. And so you each game that goes by, each quarter that goes by, is less and less opportunity for Chris Jones to go out there and have those moments in his NFL career. And so I need to see him go out there and do that. I like the fact earlier that Mitch talked about playoff Pat, right? And I think that's important. But I also don't want it to be playoff Pat where Patrick Mahomes thinks he's the only guy that can win you a football game. Because if he has that mindset that it has to be all me, they're going to lose that football game. You can't have that mindset that it has to be all you, and you're trying to do things that maybe the defense isn't going to give you, and you're trying to do things that you know aren't going to work, but the ego sometimes gets in the way, and you try to get, down the field when you've got a rush that's in your face, and you can't have the opportunity to stand back there and let those plays develop. And so the stuff that we love about Patrick Mahomes is always some of the stuff that concerns me, because you get into these situations, you hope he can realize, I can't do this today. That's my kryptonite. I've got to go out there and do something different. Like, you hope he's got the opportunity and the ability to kind of flip, what they did on offense for the last 4 or 5 weeks, to kind of go to the opposite direction and say, we know the big play isn't going to be there. We just have to beat him with slow paper cuts down the field. Does Patrick Mahomes have the patience to go ahead and do something like that? And will Chris Jones be able to dominate this defensive line? And I know Mitch said everybody else has to come to the party as well, but I can't rely on Ashton Gelati, no offense, a rookie, Mike Dana, all these other guys. The stars have to be the best version of themselves on Sunday afternoon, and that's just the reality of it. I can't have Chris Jones freelancing out there and trying to make a play where he's supposed to be outside, and if he was just in the position that he was supposed to be in, you win the football game. I can't have that. And I don't know that I can trust Chris Jones not to go out there and freelance during a game and do something and be somewhere where he's not supposed to be.
Can I ask you guys a hypothetical? Would you rather see this game 42-14 Chiefs, or they win the exact same way they won this game last year with a blocked field goal in Kansas City?
No, 42-14.
42-14,
yeah, there's no question, yeah.
Okay.
What would be the case for the other way?
Be awesome.
Oh, just electric at the end?
Yeah. Be like back-to-back seasons where they got blocked because everyone last
Yeah.
year was like, well, they got lucky. Well, now it's happened twice in 2 years in the same dramatic – like Leo goes up again and snacks it down.
No, that'd be sick. No, that would be
I'd
fun.
be naked in my neighborhood.
Yeah, the odds of that happening, though, are so slim. No, 42-14 any day.
I'm not asking
the
about odds. I'm asking about your perception of the game.
42-14. I mean, there's not even a question in my mind.
I'd go the blowout.
Cool.
And
awesome. Stupid question, I guess. My bad.
Well,
Sorry that game last year was the greatest football game you've ever seen.
It was great, but I don't want that again. Okay. I mean, you don't have to get combative about it just because we
I'm just
don't.
saying, I just said, like, it just is like, it seems like it was scoffed upon, like it was a dumb question.
Well, I mean, 42-14 or blocking a field goal at the end? Hell yeah, give me 42-14. I don't need that. Yeah. I don't need that stress. I don't need that anxiety. I don't need,
But you still know you're going to win because you know the result. I've given you the result.
Oh, you're giving me the result already.
That's what the question was. You win 42-14. You win by blocking a field goal at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'd rather win 42-14. I don't think anybody would take blocking a field goal at the end of the game versus 42-14.
Mm-hmm.
Mac?
No, it's no question for me personally. But I think with Chris Jones, it's now or never for him.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, if it is not this game, then when you had your bye, I know there was personal troubles at the beginning of the season in his family and everything with the death, and I. Very sympathetic for that, and I know how that could, really take a toll on you mentally.
Sure.
It's been a couple months. You've had a bye. Things have happened. It's time.
It's time.
It's time to show up.
I understand a lot of these veteran guys have played a lot of football, and they're kind of taking it easy at the beginning of the year because rightfully so. You believe you're going to be playing into February. February's now. February just happened to come early this year.
No doubt. Coming up on the other side, we'll get back to some Zach Bycuts, and then we'll talk about who the most interesting team is moving forward. Can't be the Kansas City Chiefs. We all three have different answers. Should be interesting here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, football fans, tune in this week to kick off with Boomer and Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL. Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by the Home Depot. You order, we deliver. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time. How pros get more done.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan, and the other place is your sports watching headquarters this fall. Now with 5 great area locations: Shawnee, Olathe, downtown Overland Park, Mission, and Belton. Enjoy Red Friday specials all day.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. all so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Get ready, Missouri. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, is coming soon. Starting on December 1st, new customers in Missouri can get up to $300 in bonus bets when you make your first $5 bet. From touchdowns to three-pointers, with FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. With live betting, you can even get in on the action after the game has already started. All on an app that's safe, secure, and easy to use. Visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to learn more. And you'll be all set to bet when FanDuel goes live in Missouri on December 1st. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri. Play your game of FanDuel, the #1 rated sportsbook app. Must be 21 and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Offer starts 12/1/25. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Bonus issue is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 169 highway southbound gets heavy with an accident before the airport exit, keeping things slow, not quite back to 9 highway. 71 northbound, very heavy from 31st Street in towards downtown with an accident before 18th Street blocking 2 left lanes. Kansas side 35 southbound, heavy from Johnson Drive down past Shawnee Mission Parkway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Rolling along on a Red Friday here on 96.5 The Fan. Tennessee Vols got a big one this weekend, Mac.
Man, it feels like everyone's huge at this point.
Hey, in the SEC, it just means more.
It does. Thank you, Bob.
It just means more.
Hey, you teach me things, I teach you things.
That's right.
You got Clemson, Louisville tonight.
I know, that's actually kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. See if Dabo Swinney can get fired. That's
exactly
what I'm
right.
for.
If he loses, does he get fired? Are they talking about that?
I mean, if he gets absolutely destroyed by Louisville, you kind of got to be
He kind of sucks.
He sucks.
I'm sure he's got a buyout.
Yeah, he does. He's looking around going, hey, I'm available for one of these.
Hopefully he gives that 10% to the church.
What are we doing with Bill Belichick this week? Is he playing a game? Because I've lost touch with North Carolina. I heard they won 2 in a row or something like that. And then, dueling reports out of New York say he is going to be interviewed for the Giants job. And then some people say he has no chance to be interviewed for the Giants job. So
seriously,
that'd
Mac?
be awesome.
Tennessee's favored by 41 against New Mexico State.
Oh, is this the week the SEC plays the Sisters of the Poor and wastes everybody's time with a stupid
Florida
game?
plays Ole Miss.
There's a couple, but yeah.
Texas, Georgia play at 6:30. That's the big one.
This is kind of the time of the year where like Missouri plays UMass, or like we for whatever reason the SEC does this in like November. They give you this random games of Marist taking on LSU. You're like, what are we doing here with this? Why at this point in time?
A little break.
Yeah, it is. Play a game, get a little get a little
take a breath.
The SEC is actually not too bad this week. South Carolina, A&M, that could be okay. I know A&M's a heavy favorite in that game, but that's
still going to be a good game.
Arkansas, LSU should be better than it should have been. Oklahoma, Alabama. I mean, hello. That's at 2:30.
Perfect.
And then Texas, Georgia at 6:30.
That's a good one. The Texas Georgia game. That's good.
10 versus 5.
That's a nice game there.
That's essentially that is a college football playoff game.
It is. Yeah,
100%.
Because Georgia's not in the first 4. Texas just got in. That could be a future match. It's not right now the way they do it, but I mean that is the closest thing you're going to get to the college football playoff is Texas and Georgia and Oklahoma, Alabama.
Or winner gets in, loser does not. I mean, exactly. if it comes down to it at the end of the year and it's Texas and Georgia are kind of jockeying for one of those final spots, well, Georgia beat you in the regular season. They got bragging rights. They should get in. Over you. Does anybody else feel the way that I did? Like, there is zero interest in local college football at this point in time, right?
Well, Mizzou got struck with the injury.
Right.
The quarterback goes out. I thought Drinkwitz's comments were actually okay the other day where he's like, we live in this world where if you don't make the college football playoff, it's a terrible season.
I really like him. I didn't think I was going to like him at first, but I really, he's honest and tells it like it is almost. Like he doesn't have time for, because he's right about that. I mean, we judge everything. Did you make the playoffs or didn't you? And if Missouri can go 8-4 this year, look on the outside in of the college football playoff, still go to a nice bowl game, and it's like, you really didn't. Like we've lost all of that now because of the college football playoff, and it is what it is. I mean, as much as I like Drink saying all that, I understand, but it is what it is. I mean, this is kind of what we set ourselves up for. If we're not playing for a playoff and judging people off of postseason success, what are we really doing here, right?
Right.
Because everybody wants to win a national championship. Everybody starts the season with the goal of winning a national championship. Then as the season goes along, a guy like Drink or whoever says, hey, you can't judge it all just based on all the playoff stuff. Well, at the beginning of the year, we were. It was all about getting into the college playoff, but also how the season happened. Because Dusty's right, man. The quarterback got injured, and it just all fizzles out. There's there's not much that you can do, in those situations. K-State lost interest in August in the first half in Ireland, and they never regained their interest. And Kansas is just a mid-major at best. I mean, it's just not nothing interesting is going on there. And the only real interesting thing going on right now in college football locally is Message Board Geniuses had Drinkwitz is going to Penn State.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a better job than Missouri? Probably.
No, absolutely
maybe. I don't know.
No.
I don't know the answer to that question.
I would say yes.
Missouri.
I would say yes too. I think.
I would disagree wholeheartedly against that. Penn State is not a great job. Penn State is never going to be productive in the Big Ten. They aren't in the SEC. Missouri is a much better job than Penn State.
Missouri and Penn State basically then are the same programs by what you're saying. Because I don't know that Missouri is ever going to be that real player. Every once in a while, like Penn State, you get a year here or there. But I think Missouri and Penn State are kind of similar, quite honestly. You have your powers, and then you have that second tier. I think Missouri is a second-tier power in the SEC. And I think Penn State is a second-tier power behind Ohio State, whoever else is in the Big Ten at this point in time, Indiana, Oregon. Yeah, I mean, all those schools, Michigan. Right? Is Michigan up there? Right
every 3 years.
I mean, they just won the national championship last year, and everybody left.
2 years ago now. Though.
Or 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's the thing. Every 3 or 4 years, they'll be back.
Yeah. Will they? Okay.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be back. But they're not. But to your point, they're not a Georgia who's never going to go away, and Alabama who even when they lose Nick Saban is a top 12 team, and they're going to be there. Like it is a little bit different.
Top 5 team almost.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
It's amazing at the beginning of the year that Kalen DeBoer guy was getting fired.
Oh, he's
done.
Week
2.
We did. They said that right now. They said on I think it was somebody's national show. Like if I'm Alabama, I'm calling Nick Saban right now.
Yeah.
And then
I think Nick Saban may have said that.
Alabama Jones. College football coverage on 96.5 The Fan is brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light and Tanner's are teaming up to make every college game day legendary. Every Saturday, rep your college team, catch every play, and enjoy $15 buckets only at Kansas area Tanner locations. Bud Light and Tanner's from the stands to the bar, your game day headquarters. I cannot get over 41.5. You almost have to take New Mexico State.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you, though? Think about
40
it.
and a half?
I know it's a
That's
big
nuts.
number, but we see these scores in these
Yeah,
games.
it'll
and,
be
you know.
56-3.
Yes, exactly. That's what it will be. Like, you look at that number, you're like, oh, my God, I got to take, the points. But at the end of the day, you're right, Dusty. How many games have we seen where these teams go 56-3 and that's your final? And, these mid-majors just don't show up.
Because it's funny, last night you're like 12.5, New England's favorite. No way. Staying away from that. They didn't cover.
They won by 13.
Yeah, I was going to say, they won by 13.
Well, I think that
13
some
and a
lines
half.
is 13
It was
and a half.
13 and a half.
13 and a half. Yeah,
Yep.
13 and a half.
Yeah, but that's the NFL. College
Right.
football is like
Sure.
in the NFL, at least there's talented guys on the field. You're an SEC team. What I don't even know what New Mexico State is. Are they whack? I mean, what are they?
That spread's whack.
It is. That is whack. Rack 'em. Whack.
I bet they're
Mountain
like Big
West?
Sky. They could be Mountain West.
Mountain West?
Is that what they are?
Is New Mexico State in the Mountain West? Or are they? Oh, no. Hang on a second before you guys say it.
Mm-hmm.
Are they one of the new Pac-12 teams? Which, by the way, did you see Washington State fired their athletic director?
Wow.
Yeah, one of the two teams remaining in the Pac-12 or whatever that is, the Pac-2, and you fired your athletic director for not doing enough. Like, I mean, what is he supposed to do, guys?
Well, they're in the same conference of they're in what's Missouri State, and we just talked about this.
Missouri Valley?
Conference USA.
Conference USA. Yeah, so they're in there with like Liberty, Sam Houston State, Missouri State, Western Kentucky, Kennesaw State, all those teams, and then they played Tennessee at 3:15.
Let's go,
where
baby.
they're 40.5 point underdogs.
Yeah, we played Kennesaw last week, so we're ready for Tennessee.
40.
We just can go out there and play football, man. It's just at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's a 100-yard field. It's time to go. We can do this. 56-3.
They wipe their ass the same as we
Yeah,
did.
that's right, yeah.
All the stuff, all the cliches.
They put their pants on one leg at a time.
Somebody said Penn State's 10 times the job that Missouri is. You guys are homers. Well, those guys said it was a better job than Missouri, so you can call me a homer. But let me know what the NIL is at Mizzou, and let me know what the NIL is at Penn State.
Can I ask?
And also, Penn State had James Franklin and what's his name, Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
It's not the job you think. Penn State is a Dollar General store. That's what they are. You know what you're getting when you go to Penn State. Missouri's a better job. Sorry. That's all I'm going to say.
I think they're very much the same, though, when you start ranking the jobs in each league. I mean, Penn State is a prestigious job. I think if you look at a casual football fan and you say, what's the better job, Missouri or Penn State, everybody's going to say Penn State. It's just because they have that reputation, right? They have that old Joe Paterno. They were always there. They were always a premier,
reputation.
the
whiteout.
The whiteout stuff, but they were always a premier team back in the day, and people develop and they remember those things. Missouri's never been a brand name for anything, and I'm not being, a KU fan by saying that. Missouri's never been a brand name in anything. Penn State's a brand name when it comes to football. I think the Penn State job is much better than the Missouri job now that we're talking about it more. But the NIL stuff, I got a dumb question. Don't we all have budgets now? Isn't there? Where did I see like there's a $21 million budget?
$10 a day.
Yeah, exactly. But like these college programs, didn't we set like a salary cap, if you will? Like everybody's got to play within the same rules, or are we still operating where anybody can do whatever it is that they want to do? I thought we may have reined that in, getting rid of the collectives and taking it all in-house, right? I don't know the answer to that question. That's why I'm asking it.
I don't either. It still feels really vague and confusing, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if this is one of those things that we all have a budget, we all have a salary cap, it's the NFL, or if college football is now Major League Baseball, where it's just spending to your heart's content.
Well, pretty much. I mean, that dude just dropped $60 million at Columbia just to do it, right? And then KU had the same thing, right? Some guy just gave like $40 or $50 million at Lawrence.
Yeah, but does that go for 1 year? Does that how does that work? I mean, I still don't know the rules of this kind of crap.
The revenue sharing cap.
Yeah.
It's new limited amount of money schools can pay athletes directly, starting at about $20.5 million.
Okay, so and that's their budget for all of their athletes,
yes,
right?
Yes, that is for 2025, 2026, and that will set to increase over time, just like any cap in sports does.
It'll be $50 million by 2 more years.
Mm-hmm. And they can athletes can continue to receive income from third-party NIL deals. So there's your school stuff, or like you can get Cane's chicken deal, or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Well, that's why like some states have finally gotten smart and said if you commit in high school, if that state allows NIL, you can go to a high school kid and be like, you're between where? Mizzou and Kansas? Oh, well, hey, this is Eli Drinkwitz from the Missouri University. We'd like to give you a NIL deal already as a senior in high school. That way you can already commit. If you commit to Mizzou, you can get an NIL deal in the state of Missouri.
Yeah,
Not
it's
every
good.
state is that way. Someone asked a question on the text line. I'm going to be really easy to answer this from the 816. Indiana has been trash at football for like 20 years. They've been great this year, but now they're a superpower in college football. I'm legit confused. Well, they were good last year. They're good this year. And I'll tell you the answer. It's real simple. NIL.
Yeah. That's the benefit of NIL. Like, Indiana is the poster child for why NIL is good. It took a program that was useless, and now they're a world beater because of the NIL. They've got the money coming in. They're able to do that kind of stuff.
I'll throw in the coach, too. Give him some credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Signetti's been great.
Yeah, you need both. Yep.
But
you do, but you need the cash first.
Yeah, cash is first. Cash is king.
Because you're not going to get a good coach unless you have the cash.
Yep.
And so you've got to have the cash to get the coach, and then coach comes in, then you got to have the cash to go. It's just a vicious cycle.
Text line continues to give some knowledgeable information. Revenue sharing from schools has a cap. NIL doesn't.
Okay.
So there's the gray.
Yeah. So basically, you still need all your boosters to be greasing the palms of these guys. Hey, can this guy go wash cars for $1,000 an hour but never show up?
Sure he can.
Yeah, okay, come on down to John's dealership there in Lawrence, and we'll get you washing cars, allegedly.
I've got a tree planting business.
Yeah, right.
That's it.
Where is it located? TBD.
Well, I mean, it was back in the day. Oklahoma did this back in the day. Like, Barry Switzer had guys working at car dealerships and places like that in the summertime. They never showed up.
No.
That's great. It's like, it's so funny to think about how just bizarre college football and real life college football was back in the day and how corporate it's become now. Like anything in life. Life used to be fun. Then corporate got involved. What is it, BlackRock that you say buys everything, right? BlackRock got involved and ruined it all.
They bought Subway, gone. They bought Jersey Mike's, time will tell.
Can we talk about Subway? Who is eating the Turhamkin?
I don't eat any of that stuff. No, none of those. They do it at Firehouse Subs too. Like they do the Thanksgiving collab. That's either, I feel like you are all the way in or you're all the way out.
Like when you put all the stuff on a bun?
They do it at pizza place, I think, like Main Slice and Lee Summit does it, where they have like the Thanksgiving, it's called like leftover pizza.
Ugh.
Again, right? Like, I don't know if it's them.
I mean, I wasn't going to do it because we're on the air, but I almost like.
Yeah, and it's just not my thing. Like there's like, they have the Maui Wowie at Main Slice. If you ever go there, it's on Main Street. It's a great place. It's like, it's not your guys' thing, but it's like jerk chicken with jalapenos, pineapple. It's great. But like some places do like that leftover pizza where it's like cranberry stuffing, turkey.
Ugh.
I'm not into that. Like I'm honestly not really into Thanksgiving food. I eat it twice a year at a Friendsgiving and on Thanksgiving, and I never really eat that type of food. I guess green bean casserole reigns supreme, but like I don't know. I'm not a jive.
Nobody eats that stuff anytime.
Do people eat Subway?
Well, like,
yo, man.
This thing last night that Subway was pushing, the Turhamkin sandwich all night long, and I couldn't get past who's going there and saying, I'll take a 6-inch Turhamkin.
Not Jared.
I saw Subway in Spain, and I was like, oh, why?
No chance.
No,
it's the largest fast food chain in the world. They have more stores. They used to be. I don't know if they're still up there.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Let's take a picture, Emily. Sorry, I didn't, but I saw one as well.
But no, Subways are like by like thousands more than anybody else. I don't know. But if you're pushing the Turhamkin on people, what are we doing here?
Well, I get the move. You're doing what everybody else is doing, but like, you don't, just because everybody jumps off the bridge doesn't mean you have to.
No.
I'm just not, I'm just not eating that. That's just, I don't like that.
You just sound like Alex.
Why? I just don't want to eat that collab, man. Like, yeah.
Turkey, ham, and chicken smashed into one? And then you're calling it the Turhamkin?
John Madden would smash it.
I don't even know that Madden would take that. He'd take his turducken and go home and go, mixing in ham? Like, do they not get duck at Subway? Would you eat duck at Subway?
No.
No.
Not just.
Come on down to Subway. We've got the 6-inch duck.
No.
That has no interest to me. But what team in the NFL, not saying the Chiefs, has interest in you the rest of the year?
It wasn't going to be this team, but when you were talking in the break about the Patriots being 9-2 and people still complaining about their schedule, I'm thinking they're 9-2 at this point in time. They've got 6 games left on the schedule. It is time to accept the New England Patriots as a legitimate contender, if not the number one contender right now in the AFC, especially in the AFC East. Like, if you're Buffalo today and you're waking up, you're realizing your reign is over. You know, the Chiefs' reign is not over here in Kansas City, but it sure seems like that reign is ending in Buffalo right now with the New England Patriots. So at 9-2, they still have a bye to go late in the season.
Week 14.
I'm interested in watching what they do the rest of the way and to see if 9-2 becomes their high water mark or if 9-2 is their jumping off point where they can continue to move forward. It's very interesting.
Are you
study.
all in on Drake May?
Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, it's hard not to be at this
100%.
point. Yeah, it's hard not to be. I think when he was coming out, they were talking about he had small hands. I'm not kidding. I think they were. And look at him now, man.
6'4", 225. I can guarantee you that if the hands are small, that's the only thing small in that man. Men's wieners. Well done. So I guess I'll ask you, what's the most interesting thing about New England to you?
The coach.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't realize, I don't think, how good Mike Vrabel really was. And when you go and work for an organization that gives you support, I mean, that's the reason Mike Vrabel didn't work out in Tennessee. It's clearly not because of him. That's an organization that is just complete and utter ass from ownership on down. That's where it starts in Tennessee. And that's when you have bad teams, you have bad owners. And that ownership group in Tennessee is so bad, it's amazing that Mike Vrabel was able to do what he was able to do in Tennessee, I think. I mean, watching him now with a great owner and great, a good situation, 9-2.
And even in Tennessee, didn't they trade A.J. Brown while he was there?
Yep.
Because A.J. Brown was in that AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, right?
Yep.
And then
John
the next year he
Robinson
was
traded
gone.
him. Yep.
Yeah.
On draft night.
Yeah.
And then they didn't pay Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Exactly. All the things that
Sorry,
Mike Vrabel
Vrabel.
said to do, they did the opposite.
Yeah.
And they see where they turned out.
That'd be like the Chiefs being like, yeah, we're not going to extend Rashee Rice, and we're going to trade Xavier Worthy. Good luck, Andy.
Yeah.
What?
It's all you. It's your fault.
It really
it's also
is.
Clark getting involved, which is what Clark doesn't do.
Well, it's just a good case study into why coaches are successful and why they're not. A lot of it is out of their hands. Every organization that is bad and that loses has a horse crap owner. There's no other way to say it.
Woody Johnson. So Vrabel is your most interesting with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Mac, who's your team and why?
I would say the Packers because what has happened and what's on paper are the most non-computing among all the NFL teams.
And who's the Richard in the post-game press conference asking Matt LaFleur if he's coaching the rest of the season to save his job?
What the hell?
Like, what are you fishing for, dude?
Jeez, man.
I also saw something about Matt LaFleur potentially leaving after this season and going to...
I saw this. I can't remember where, though. That was a weird report.
Yeah, but no, Atlanta. It was from our sister
ties
station in Atlanta that said that the writing is now on the wall, I guess, for Raheem Morris down there, which is sad. I really like Raheem Morris,
Well,
man. I
he'll be a
want them to
coordinator.
win. And then you got him down there in Atlanta, and they're saying he may be on his way out, and then like they're already starting to sniff around Matt LaFleur to Atlanta.
He was the quarterback's coach there for one season.
Oh, well, then he's got ties. Yeah, I mean, by all means, bring him home.
Chiefs legend Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah.
Him and Josh Gordon.
Or it was always like SEC legend, like, Anthony Peeler or something. He never played in the SEC.
It's like we always see with like the Royals, like Royals legend Ben Zobrist. Well,
yeah.
I mean, he was here for like half a year.
If that, right? He's here 3 months, a great couple of months. So, he will go down as
Royals great or oldest Chapman.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But Matt LaFleur's got one of the biggest jobs, and that's why it's interesting because he's such a great offensive mind, and their offense has just not clicked.
And what are they switching up in Green Bay? Is it ownership? Like the town's getting ready to do something. Like they're getting ready to change something in Green Bay.
Well, they're not already publicly owned, so I don't know.
There's something going on with Green Bay and like the transition of that. I don't know. There's something more involved than just like the town of Green Bay owning the team or something.
Well, they
like
have
that.
a president. I think they were maybe changing that or something.
There's something involved with the high up, and that's good though. But the Patriots and Mike Vrabel, the Packers, and Matt LaFleur. Because I'll tell you what, would you rather have Jordan Love or Bo Nix?
Jordan Love.
Wow.
Okay. See?
Jordan Love for sure.
None of the above.
I think the ceiling's way higher with Jordan Love.
I would
think
take
the
Bo
floor's
Nix.
lower.
I would absolutely take Bo Nix over Jordan Love.
I think that Jordan Love ceiling looks a lot like the ceiling outside of Steven Spector's office.
Yeah, falling apart.
There's a big hole in the middle of it, but it's still together. But there's still a big hole because this is now 2 years in a row. we've done this
he
with
hasn't
Jordan
done
Love,
anything, man.
Where it starts off okay, and then it's just for some reason they have to give Jacobs the ball 25 times a game because they can't trust Jordan Love.
And they're so they're not going to move on because we don't have changing quarterback here in Green Bay. We go 30 years without switching quarterbacks.
Would you rather have Jordan Love or Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams.
Jordan Love or Trevor Lawrence?
Jordan Love.
See, none of the above.
I think, he has not been great. I'm not going to argue that Jordan Love's been awesome, but 2,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 picks. He hasn't thrown a touchdown in the last 2 weeks, so that needs to change. I don't think he's been terrible. I definitely don't think he's been as good as I've wanted him to be or as I've prophesized him to be. But it's that's why it's interesting. They still have an amazing defense and a lot of weapons on offense. They just haven't clicked.
Yeah, nothing's clicking right now. And usually that's leadership, man. That's the head coach. Like, we've got to find a way. We've got all this star talent. Again, the X's and O's get so in the way of these young coaches, they forget it's about the people and finding ways to make the people work together. It's not about the plays. It's not about your designs. How do you get all these people working together? You've got all these stars. You've got to manage these egos and figure out a way to mesh that locker room all together. And if you can't be a head coach or a manager in this world.
I think to me the most interesting team moving forward is the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because left for dead, side of the road, roadkill, but that roadkill still had a heartbeat, and everybody just drove by it, didn't check on it. Now it's getting back up.
No, Mac did.
I was there fostering it back to life.
Yeah, you're the IG videos of like the deer that shows up to the back porch with a broken leg, and then it becomes its pet.
Yeah, warm milk. I got you, man.
Yeah, you adopted that bobcat the other day. Did you see that bobcat that's living in somebody's house?
I did see that.
I've got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Yeah.
But no, the Ravens are interesting because if they can win the North. And then it's like, it kind of affects that entire division, right? Because Joe Burrow's, I think, trying to expedite his way back. Not that it's going to make anything better in Cincinnati, but he is better than Joe Flacco. Pittsburgh thought they were going to run away with it. And here's Corella DeVille in a purple and black car driven by Lamar and John Harbaugh right behind you, coming for that lead. And then, obviously, the Browns suck. But, like, wouldn't that be a story to watch Baltimore not lose the rest of the season, fill in for that AFC North, and take away that division? All of a sudden, all those takes about Harbaugh and Lamar and all this stuff that we had, it's like, you know, you do it with the Chiefs. Why can't you do it with the Ravens? Like, hold on. They're not what they say they are. So that's a very interesting team to me. Coming up, speaking of being interesting, how about a Friday Chiefs parlay that we'll put together, brought to you by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be, coming soon to Missouri with Circus Sports. Our Friday Chiefs parlay coming up next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Creed Humphrey, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
FanDuel Friday is turning it up with NBA Happy Hour. Every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern, FanDuel is dropping limited time specials to get you in the zone. Boosts, bonuses, surprises, all designed to bring that Friday energy. This isn't just another promo, it's your weekly pregame. NBA Happy Hour every Friday, 6 to 7:30 Eastern, only on FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Visit FanDuel.com/Alex to grab your reward before the clock expires. FanDuel is the official sportsbook of the NBA and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Since we opened our doors in 1868, Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
Landman, TV's biggest phenomenon, returns to Paramount Plus. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
You have to know the rules of the game and bend them, and you really have to know them to break them.
Demi Moore.
I want success.
hit it for me.
Andy Garcia, Ali Larder, and Sam Elliott.
You don't even know the game you're playing, do you?
Landman, new season, streaming November 16th, only on Paramount Plus.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all low Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
Score big savings with Hy-Vee and the Kansas City Chiefs. Big points mean even bigger savings. Just shop Hy-Vee the day after a game and earn a fuel saver discount equal to the Chiefs score and based on the amount you spend. If the Chiefs score 42 points, you save 42 cents a gallon with any $42 purchase. The more we score, the more you save. Win or lose, everyone scores the day after a Chiefs game only at Hy-Vee. Offer good in-store and online. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
Imagine this. It's Thanksgiving Day, and instead of juggling pots and pans, you're actually enjoying it. Hy-Vee's got your holiday covered with convenient pre-made meal packs for any size gathering. Fresh, ready-to-heat favorites like juicy turkey, honey glazed ham, or prime rib, plus all the classic sides, rolls, and desserts. And don't forget to swing by the wine and spirits department to make it a feast to remember. Pick up your meal the day before, heat it up, and serve it like you cooked all day. This Thanksgiving, let Hy-Vee do the cooking. You get the credit. Only at Hy-Vee.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Missouri side 70 westbound heavy towards downtown from 23rd Street past Prospect with an accident blocking 2 left lanes. 71 northbound moving better approaching 18th Street. Earlier wreck has cleared. Kansas side 35 southbound heavy from 635 down past Shawnee Mission Parkway with it stalled in the left center lane. Turn recent repairs into savings. Get up to $4,500 off a new HVAC system. Stay comfortable year-round. Schedule now at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Friday, baby. Red Friday. Somebody just made me absolutely vomit on the text line. They said, I'm pretty sure there's a Thanksgiving turkey dinner in a can that exists.
Oh, I think there is. Yeah, I think they sell that in, like, London.
Dude. Absolutely not.
What is that stuff they do eat in England? It's potted.
They put beans on
spotted Richard. That's exactly what it is that they eat over there in London. It's called spotted, the D word. Yeah,
You
look
can
it
say
up.
it. Men's wiener.
I'm sure I could. Yeah, it's spotted Richard. I'll just see it out there for you. Look it up.
I think that's what they call Morgan Freeman.
Look it up on the work Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Look up spotted dick on the thing, and that's what you should be able to see.
You type it in, it gives you the traditional recipe for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's like I don't know if that's a cake or whatever.
We call that an
is.
STD in America.
It's basically a quintessential English steamed pudding served with creamy vanilla custard sauce.
What's his name from American American Pie would have had a heyday with this.
Oh, Finch? What would you? The ingredients are what? Creamy yogurt?
A quintessential English steamed pudding served with a creamy vanilla custard sauce. It looks delightful.
It actually does look good.
It doesn't look bad.
No, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. It's like bread pudding, basically, is what that is. The British version of bread pudding.
Yeah, for sure. Eat the Spotted Richard.
Yeah, and you can buy that, I believe. I've seen that at grocery stores in like a can. Maybe I'm wrong. I very well could be. But I think they have like Thanksgiving dinner in a can, yeah.
My grandma used to make salmon patties out of salmon in a can.
I got salmon in a can for salmon patties. Fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
not just get to the store and...
I don't,
yeah.
but they don't sell like ground salmon,
of
though.
all people to eat salmon out of a can, you're the
I know
one.
you're surprised,
I
right?
am surprised.
Because we had the potato incident the other day. We're calling it the Great Potato Incident of
Oh, yeah.
2025, where we found under the bags of
Did you hear
rotted
about this?
potatoes.
Bob and Jen had fruit flies all over their house. Couldn't figure out why. Found a 10-year-old bag of potatoes in their
No,
pantry.
it wasn't 10. It was probably a couple months old, right? And we're like, and I kept saying, I said, I don't think something smells right. My wife's like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Full
Sure enough.
disclosure, that's not what Jen sounds like.
It's not. They do. They have. It's Craig's Thanksgiving dinner in a can.
Salmon patties always salmon in a can for me. That's what the text line says.
And the
BBL
if you look at a picture of the Thanksgiving dinner in a can, you may want to throw up.
I'm not going to, man.
I mean, it is. I'll show to the screen what this dinner in a can looks like.
Oh, my God.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, my God.
The layers.
It's layers: mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, more gravy, some sort of turkey substance, peas, sweet potatoes, more. It looks awful. I mean, you want to talk about a sodium count right there. So we had the fruit flies and the potatoes, and I'm like, it really stinks. We got to find this, and we finally found all these potatoes were rotting.
Ooh.
Nasty.
Ew.
Now you don't have fruit flies.
No, they're gone.
Yeah. All right. Chiefs Friday parlay, 3 legs. We all 3 give 1. Bob, go ahead.
All right. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown, baby. Let's
There
do
it
it.
is. Plus 195.
Oh, that's
this
a
week.
big number this week.
A little
yeah.
higher than
You
we
got it on the
think.
board in the Boston
I
office?
do. I have Taylor's fiance up there.
And what did it say next to it?
I don't know.
Washed?
Did it say washed? Who put that up
I
there?
thought you did.
No, I didn't put that up there. Carrington
really?
probably
It
got in
says
there.
Taylor's fiance, and then next to it says washed.
Oh, I didn't put
check.
Chris Jones up there. I put
Oh.
Travis Kelce.
Sad. Come on. Dusty, what do you got?
I have Rashee Rice over 77.5 yards.
Love it.
He's done it every game since he's been back. I'm not going to count the Raiders game because he only had 40% of snaps and they cut him short. He was on pace to do it. But I believe he's had, 90 and 80 in back-to-back games. I think he's no Patrick Surtain in this game. Mahomes is going to need somebody to throw to. His over-under now on receptions, you see what it is?
What is
7.5.
I was going to guess that, yeah. I told Bob this yesterday. It came out from Next Gen Stats. Since he's been in, since whenever he came in week 6 or whenever it was, week 7, he's third in target share behind Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Who are amazing.
Who are insane. And it's like 36, 33, and it's like 31% of the targets for Rashee Rice.
You think he can be a top 5 receiver in the league? Or is it way too talented up there?
By talent, no. But by production, yeah.
Because you would say your top 5 are Jefferson, Chase, JSN,
Puka,
CeeDee Lamb.
and Puka.
Okay.
Those 5, yeah.
And that's that's just like that's a group of just absolute, yeah.
I
be
think
like the 7th best wide receiver in the league is awesome. To be fair.
Yeah, no, it is. That'd be the 7th best quarterback in the NFL is nothing great. But, I mean, because the 7th best quarterback in the NFL is an average at best quarterback in this league. 7th best wide receiver, you're a superstar in this
Seriously.
league. But I just think it's too early to judge what Rashee Rice is going to be able to do because he's missed so much time, guys. Like, we just don't know what he is. He might as well be a rookie all over again, I think, right? I mean, he played his rookie year, half of it, played 4 games the following year, missed all of those games last year, missed 6 games to start this year. I mean, has he played 17 games in an NFL season yet? Like, he's got the opportunity to kind of be a rookie all over again. And so I think before anybody wants to make their decisions on Rashee Rice, we need to see a full season out of this guy before we figure out what he can do. But I think he's definitely trending that way. And if he's the 7th best wide receiver in the NFL, that's like, hey, can you get into the top 5? And I don't see why he can't get into the top 5 in this offense,
Yeah, I was kind of cooking up some stuff for me personally as far as the Chiefs parlay because I didn't get to bet last week.
They
So
didn't
I'm
have a lot of
hungry.
receiver options on some of the books that I saw.
No, there weren't. There weren't a lot of options. But one they did have, obviously, is yards for Rice. And I did look at the 100+ for something that I'm cooking up because I think that he could be the first trip-dig guy for receiving this week because I think, 95 he had or 97? We've gotten close. We haven't gotten quite to 199 in week 1 from Hollywood Brown. So we got 77.5 over for Rashee Rice receiving yards from you, Dusty. Travis Kelce, anytime touchdown score. I'll go Chiefs defense to have an interception, or Bo Nix to throw an interception, really rather on the books is what it would be.
Right.
So over half an interception, that's minus, I think, 140, 146. So all
That's
that
minus number.
I know. Yeah, they think that's going to happen. They think he's throwing a pick. And I think the way they throw it deep and the way they're going to have to want to score and push the ball, I think McDuffie gets a pick. That was in my script. All those three together, plus 750, boys.
There you 7.5 to 1. Okay.
Not bad.
10 will win you 75. Trail it if you want.
Take it.
I didn't get to see the Juju yards this week, but somebody
Free.
on the text, somebody hammer it, dude. Somebody on the text is like, Juju Smith-Schuster over yards. Thank you. I've been trying to say this. I can't see the number yet. I don't know why, because I think it's because Xavier Worthy popped up on the injury report yesterday with a foot injury? Is that what it was?
Ankle injury.
Don't like that. Don't like that at all. I think that's why they probably halted some of the numbers, but Rice is there. Kelsey is there. I know that for a fact. Kelsey, I think, is at 44.5. Which seems like
41.5. Yeah, that's it. Rice and Kelsey's all you got.
Yep.
For Chiefs.
Because of the Worthy announcement yesterday.
Yeah, 41.5.
Concern or no concern with that, by the way? It's an ankle and it's speed.
Look, I think with this guy, with Xavier Worthy, I think it's just going to be something every week that we got to be concerned about. How much can you play through, right?
That sucks.
I don't know. This is just it's a strange one to pop up yesterday. Rasheed Rice, I'm looking at the Underdog app right now. 76.5 receiving yards, 6.5 receptions are the numbers that they have out there. Yep.
Better odds for you.
But I don't see anything
What do you take both those together? Is it plus money? Has to be.
Let's see here. You over the receiving yards, or higher than the receiving yards, higher than the receptions. I got to pick more stuff before it gives me what I need. So
have Mahomes with a touchdown, over a half touchdown. That'll be plus 110.
Mahomes, let's see, rushing and receiving touchdowns or passing touchdowns?
Just passing.
1.5.
Okay, take it.
All right.
And then take Rice, plus 280.
I can do some. Hang on a second here, and I'll do. What did you say? Bo Nix with an interception. This is riveting
four
radio.
legs. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
All right, a 4-leg parlay. Bo Nix higher than a half interception.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes higher than a touchdown and a half passing. Rasheed Rice higher than 76.5 yards. Rasheed Rice higher than 6.5 receptions.
Don't tell me. Let's see if I can get in the ballpark. I'm going to say that's plus 580.
I'll go lower and say plus 450.
A $10 bet will win you $36.40.
Damn it.
So it's 30. Yeah. So plus 360.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our parlay is Mac has the Chiefs defense to get an interception. I have Rasheed Rice over 77.5 yards, and Bob has a Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. That is plus 750, and that is our Chiefs Friday parlay brought to you by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be is coming soon to Missouri with Circa Sports. Coming up on the other side, it's our Friday edition with Mr. Sean Smith here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
I love it when they call you Big Pop.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I'll tell you what, my friends over at Jay's Southland Tow will be there when you need them the most. And the problem is you don't know when you're going to need the guys over at Jay's Southland Tow, right? You're not sitting back and saying, today's a good day to schedule a car accident. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Or today's a good day to lose my keys. I'm going to do that. Or today's a good day where my battery doesn't work. I'm going to do all. No, you don't schedule all those things. They happen unexpectedly. And when they do, Jay's Southland Tow Service is just a phone call away. So I want you to put their number in your phone right now. 816-779-4TOW. That's 816-779-4TOW, or their website at southlandtow.com. And it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're north, you're south, you're east, or you're west, Jay's Southland Tow Service is just a phone call away. They'll come out whenever you need them. We blew a tire on a Friday at 5:20. By 6 o'clock, we were back and we were ready to go. That's because I keep the number for Jay's Southland Tow in my phone, and you should too. 816-779-4TOW, or at southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments, and Tammy from the Weston, it's Jay's Southland Tow. There's nothing they can't do, so be in the know and use Jay's Southland Tow.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbors' attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes! T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet. And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance. Because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time. But it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Tomorrow, you'll hear Kansas State football instead of the John Clay Wolf Show. So this weekend, you can catch it on 989 The Rock and always on the John Clay Wolf YouTube channel, sponsored by Give Me the VIN, America's best car buyer.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
70 westbound with an accident before the Paseo, keeping things heavy on the Missouri side. Back to 27th Street. Kansas side, 35 southbound heavy from 635 down past Shawnee Bishop Parkway with a stall in the left center lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Listen to the Chiefs and Broncos on Sunday with pregame starting at noon. Kickoff at 3:25 with Mitch, Danon, and Kling. Right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
Trying to help out the text line. This comes from the 918. Dang it, I missed the parlay. Anyway, you can text it to me. Kelsey touchdown, Bo Nix interception, and Rashee Rice over 77.5 yards. There you go, 918. That's our Chiefs Friday parlay. It ain't a Friday on this show if it ain't Sean Smith joining the show. Big Daddy Sean, how we doing?
Fellas, it's do or die donkey week, fellas. Everybody's nervous out here. That's the word on the street.
Yeah, I am kind of nervous about this one. Are you?
Well, if you're going to go through the deep freeze way, I don't really think we're going to really be nervous. I wouldn't be nervous. It's just that Mahomes has to be on the field longer than Denver Broncos. Okay. All right? We can't let the Denver Broncos, Benito, and all them pass rushes they got over there get to Mahomes, so we got to protect the baby.
How do you stop Benito from being Benito, if that's possible?
Run screens.
So that means you want to see a lot of Bashard Smith this week, then.
Yep. Run screens. Go tempo on them. Get them tired.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard that this week, Sean, is kind of go that hurry up offense. Keep the offense moving. I was watching, I don't know what it was, something the other day, and they were talking about a football team running a play like every 15 seconds or so and keeping the pace up, and it kind of went in one ear and out the other. And then you now say that. I love that philosophy. Speak from a defensive lineman perspective. If a team's moving the ball like that and going hurry up, what that does to you guys.
Well, because we don't have time to substitute. And sometimes it's hard. The defensive coordinator is going to take a longer time to get the call in. You know what I mean? To get the call. So then you end up being in your base package. And let's say they got 15 yards on the play just before. You didn't get a chance to substitute. They might get a 15 or it could be a home run touchdown play the next play. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of as a defensive player, I hate it because, I can't catch my breath in between plays.
Right.
Especially, you know what I mean? Going tempo, you got to hurry up, especially if it was a long, it was a pass rush, and he got the ball off. Now you got to hurry up, get set, try to get the call. Mm-hmm. Then that's when you get the miscues.
Sean, you mentioned playing with tempo, and I want to ask you, because you played there, what's it like playing in that high elevation in Denver when you have that sort of tempoed offense?
Oh, man, that elevation in Denver is different. That altitude, it's hard to breathe, but, you get some of that good Colorado packing you before the game, and hey, you be all right. The two be special. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up after the show.
You know what I mean? Oh, don't worry. Hey, don't worry. I got a product coming for Kansas City, so hopefully everything goes smooth. We go make it to the playoffs and we get a game at home. I might be coming out with something in the works with my guy.
All right. I mean? We're very interested and we'll help you with that as well as we talk to Sean Smith here.
Don't worry. Hey, don't worry. It'd be a nice whatever the pop up is. Don't worry. We'll have to do a live show from there.
Okay.
I hope it's next to a Quick Trip.
How much do you hate? Go ahead.
But no, on a serious note, this is a big game. Not only just because this game right here is going to be really, I can put it like this, let's do or die for our season right now. Like I said earlier in the year, it's not panic. We know it's November time.
Yeah.
So this is down when teams get ready. If you go into the playoffs, you know what's going on. Right now, we're trying to make that run, and I feel like we can go on that run.
Yeah.
As long as we limit the mistakes defensively, now this is when Chris Jones has to show why we paid him all this money.
And that's where I am this week, man. Sean, as we talk to Sean Smith, former defensive tackle for the Chiefs, and I keep looking at Chris Jones and I'm going, do you have it anymore, dog? I mean, like, are you going to go out there and do it, or are you going to be this guy who's out of position at the end of the game and Bo Nix slides for a first down to ice the game? Like, I need Chris Jones to be Chris Jones the rest of the way. I don't know if he can be it.
I think he can. I think he has to trust the guys around him. That's the biggest thing. If you look at him, I look back and watch the All-22 and watch him somehow. I don't think he trusts Kalafis and the other guys, Amenahu sometimes. I don't think he trusts him all the time. Not saying that he don't like them guys. It's just that the trust that he's going to be there, and he feel like he got to go make the play. So that's why he'd be out of the lane.
But how do you get into that mindset where you do trust those guys and you do just, as Bill Belichick always said, do your job? Because I think that's when Chris Jones does, get exposed, is when he doesn't do his job and he's trying to do somebody else's job,
Yeah, and I mean, because I think that's out of frustration. I used to do it myself sometimes, be in the wrong gap sometimes because, I'm trying to make a play. Everybody's relying on you to, you the big name, you the run stuffer, you the guy that's supposed to bring the energy and be the game changer. And when you don't do that sometimes, it's just you're trying to find a way, and you can't gamble. It's just like, Jerry Jones, he gambles. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. All right? You got to make sure when you gamble right.
Mm-hmm. How do you get inside Bo Nix's head?
Me, personally, if I was playing, I'll just talk about the whole O-line. I'll just talk about everything. I'll talk about Sean Payton, about him getting a divorce, talk about the movie, everything. Just I would say all types of things, even in the headlines in the media, because this is a big week, so I'm going to make it more spicy just because the tempers are going to be flying. I think it's going to be penalties this game, more pride. And I ain't going to say personal foul, but it's going to be penalty game.
So you think this will be like a chirpy game, like back and forth?
Yeah, it's back and forth because it's a rivalry game. You know what I mean? And right now they're controlling the division. And we get this puts us back all the way in the race.
Whose record says more about themselves? Denver 8-2 or the Chiefs 5-4?
The Chiefs 5-4 because the schedule is different. We played a harder schedule. You got to remember, we play in a harder schedule. Okay. And also, Denver was in games when they should have lost. They should have lost to the Jets. They should have lost They should have lost a couple of games in a row.
Yep.
But they end up finding a way. They should have lost to the Giants. They was losing to the Giants by 3 touchdowns with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Come on.
And they win the
and that cost that guy his job now.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It also goes to show you that they were doing that against inferior teams to what the Chiefs are. And I do believe that if the Chiefs just go out there and play their game, they're going to win this football game. But my big concern is Patrick Mahomes going to try to, throw it down the field if that's not there because of the rush? And is Chris Jones going to do what he needs to do in order for that defense to be successful? I really do think it comes down to Mahomes and Chris Jones in this game.
Yeah, but also I'm going to tell you the X factor. Nick Bolton needs to show up.
Yeah, he does.
And the coverage, because in coverage, he's a liability for us in coverage. Can't let the tight end run free on seams and drags. So he has to be on cue.
What would be your opinion of this Chiefs team if they lose in Denver?
If we lose in Denver, the season's not over. But we have now, our backs are really to the wall. We have one more game to lose, maybe 1 or 2 more games to lose to still get a shot to have a legit shot at the playoffs. But you don't want to lose out to another team like the Jaguars because we lose out because they beat us.
Right.
You know what I mean? End up having the same record and we lose out because you know what I mean? Then we really hate that. But, we just got to play Chiefs football, smart football, win all 3 phases, offense, defense, and the special teams, then also the coaching. It's also going to come down to coaching, too. Who's going to outsmart each other? Sean Payton's a great coach. He's been around, won a Super Bowl. So has Andy. And, these coaches know each other. So I think it's going to be a great matchup all the way around. Great divisional matchup. Good game Sunday afternoon. And, at the end of the day, man, I'm going to ride with my Chiefs. I think my Chiefs pull it out. 35-28 somehow or another. You know what I mean? Hey, I got a chance to really sit back this week because high school football is over for us. No playoffs, but we won last week. We won in overtime. So we finished the season 5-5. Still, it's a good season, So we got a lot of young kids coming back. It's going to be interesting. It's time for me to get my recruit hat on.
That's right. Now you
get that NIL money out there.
You get to sit in that recliner and enjoy the new product and all that sort of stuff.
Most definitely. You know what I mean? Most definitely get to enjoy the nice product. My team, my guy. Shout out to my guy Reggie Harris, man. Great guy, he's doing good things out there. House of Kush. Yeah. So, it's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right.
I used to have a friend named Reggie back in high school days. Sean, we appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you.
Not that Reggie Earl, not that Reggie Miller, man.
No, it was that Reggie Bush, man. All right, brother. We'll talk to you next Friday, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. That's John Smith there for us here on 96.5 The Fan. We'll continue to roll on as we dive through a little bit more time left as we talk about the Chiefs game coming up and are joined by Drew Nixon on the roundtable. Joe Burrow's back. What more better time than to have Drew Burrow come on the show and talk to us. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for that perfect career opportunity, I've got it for you. It's the Sheet Metal Workers #2 right here in Kansas City. And at Smart Local 2, they offer exceptional career opportunities. If you like working with your hands, if you like doing things that are cool, if you like designing awesome things, then the Sheet Metal Workers Union is for you. They start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after just 3 months, and you get family health coverage at no cost to the employee. And what's really cool about the sheet metal workers is some of the stuff that they do around town. Their members install metal roofing, siding, and decorative features on landmark buildings. Some of the examples of the work that they've done: the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, and the iconic crown out at Kauffman Stadium. They do so many other things as well. So if you're looking for a new career opportunity, or maybe you're getting ready to graduate and you're thinking, I don't know what I want to do, maybe the Sheet Metal Workers Union is for you. And Smart Local 2 welcomes everyone, from seasoned professionals to those with no experience. They offer career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while giving you the tools and support you need for success. Check them out at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there with information coming at us all day, every day. It's hard to know what to trust, and the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals, so it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth.
The Kansas Lottery Holiday Millionaire Raffle is your best odds of winning $1 million. The next early bird drawing is November 16th for a chance at $30,000.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online. And step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit biglou.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1225. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1225. That's 800-777-1225 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
Do you have a dark curiosity? Heart Starts Pounding, Horrors, Hauntings, and Mysteries is a weekly podcast hosted by me, Kaylin Moore. Each week, I'll take you on a dark journey through terrifying true urban legends, bizarre true crime cases, chilling tales of backwoods horror, and more. So if you're looking to join a passionate community of the darkly curious, check out Heart Starts Pounding on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, stay curious.
Today, expect a sunny day with a high of 76.
Weather brought to you by Robert Half. Our recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI will find you the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
All right, back in it on a Friday morning here on Fescoe and Dusty 96.5 The Fan. It is time for The Roundtable. Drew Nixon joins us from Cody and Gold, or I should say, who is it today? Logan and Gold today on the show. Binkley and Gold today?
Yes, it is Logan and Gold today.
I do like that. Logan and Gold today. You excited Joe Burrow's going to come back and play safety for you guys?
Dude, I am pumped up. You know what? It doesn't matter. Wherever he's needed, I think he played a linebacker or safety in high school.
Well, he needs to play that now.
Small forward on the court.
Yeah. He needs to help out wherever he can.
I'm going to tell you, getting him back is not going to change the fortunes there in Cincinnati.
Probably not.
I would absolutely 100% trade him in the offseason to the Jets and take the draft picks and use it on defense, because it doesn't matter who the Bengals have as quarterback. It just doesn't. And it's proven it this year. They're scoring 35, 40 points a game. They're still getting their ass kicked. Joe Burrow is probably the biggest outlier when it comes to a guy who probably should be traded and doesn't really help his team get better.
It's crazy, like how bad on defense they actually are, because they're somehow worse than they were last year, which they were like the worst defense in football, where it is. I don't mind, like, people bringing it up. I think you're well within your right. And there's, I guess, some I don't want to say some accuracy to the take of, well, it doesn't matter if Joe Burrow plays because look at what Joe Flacco's doing.
Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow still, he adds a level just from a locker room standpoint where, in fairness, like, I think with Joe Flacco's not winning these games where Joe Burrow was dealing with the defense similar to last year and led him to a winning record, it just feels different when Joe Burrow's in the room, I think.
Sure.
But from the standpoint of, hey, look, Joe Flacco at 42 or whatever he is still putting up 450-yard games, career highs. It's hard to argue against they need Joe Burrow to go on and win the whole thing.
Yeah.
I totally understand it.
I'm glad you actually have that mindset, quite honestly, because the Jets have the picks right now. They need a quarterback more than anything. Would you take 3 first-round picks for Joe Burrow right now? Because if you're the Jets, you have to make that offer to Cincinnati.
I would say no, just because from the standpoint, in the standpoint being, I think that he is the best quarterback they've had in franchise history. And you don't let somebody like that go unless they want out. Like, very much so, we could see next year, let's say, I don't know, Joe is really good again, but the defense is still bad and they miss the playoffs again. And for whatever reason, he's like, you know what, guys, I want out. Then at that point, of course, like, you do what you got to do. But and it would suck from a fan standpoint. But I wouldn't let him go for 5 first-round picks. I know that it sounds crazy, but he's the best quarterback they've ever had. It just feels like that's a guy that you don't let go, and it doesn't matter whether if it's Joe or Lamar or whoever the case is.
What if he gets hurt again? Then is it time to move on?
And that's a great point by Dusty. The guy's hurt all the time, too.
Like, I know that he's had unfortunate with whatever in his career, but, like, if he does, let's say he finishes this year, looks like Joe Burrow, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league, top 3 quarterbacks in the league, but then next year you come out, week 2, gets hurt again. Is at that point you're like, okay, this is just not working out for us?
I think that's something that I don't know if maybe, I guess as a fan, I don't want to admit that, but I think it is something where if it is one of those freakish type of injuries, ligament injuries, whatever the case is, because it's been an
ACL, turf toe, and a wrist.
Yeah, which and the wrist was one of those freak injuries that never happens to anybody.
He needs to go to QC Kinetics. I'm not kidding. I mean,
but I think that if it's one of those injuries again, even if it's like a calf issue, because he had a calf issue in training camp a lot last year. It ended up being okay, but obviously with a calf, you're afraid of the Achilles and all those other things. If it's another ligament injury, I think you kind of have to consider it, given, I don't know who would want him, though, given the situation. If he's consistently hurt like that, plus the contract he has, it'd be tough to probably move off of that. But I think that's something that, I don't want to admit it, but they would have to consider if he did end up getting hurt again.
Yeah. All right, how you looking at this one this weekend? I'll give you the same question that I gave the guy in Denver. Bo Nix, your thoughts?
He's for some reason it doesn't seem like he's that great. Like, there's moments where you're like, okay, yeah, this guy's a legit quarterback and he could be a top 15 guy. I thought coming out of the draft his ceiling was top 15 quarterback. Like Derek Carr was his ceiling. Of course, Derek Carr is probably still better than he is, just from the standpoint of he was on track to win an MVP. Bo Nix isn't going to do that. But he's inconsistently consistent, I think, is the way that I would describe him. You don't know what Bo Nix you're going to get.
That scares me.
And that happens every single week, where you might, like in this game, Bob, he might hang 300 yards on this defense. I would be stunned. I don't think that's going to happen, but that Bo Nix could be peak Bo Nix, or he could be the other version of peak Bo Nix, which is he throws for 72 yards, no touchdowns and 3 picks, and you're like, yeah, this guy, how is he starting in the league right now? It feels like that's the way I would describe him right now.
Yeah, it's really kind of tough to get a read on him. And look, I think this is the most important regular season game Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have ever had together.
I think there's I would say yes, I agree. Obviously, it's weird because it doesn't feel like it feels like it's a big game, but not from the standpoint of, it's to clinch the 1 seed, it's to win the division. This is to prevent people from freaking out.
Yeah,
I guess,
exactly.
if you will.
Yes.
And I think that if they lose this game, they're 5-5, and yes, sure, they could go on ahead and run the table the rest of the way because the schedule does look a little bit more favorable for them just down the line. But if they're 5-5 through 10 games, they're out of a playoff spot. It's one of those what is happening moments right now because we have the best quarterback, we have the best coach, we have the best defensive coordinator, we have some of the best players at their position. What exactly is going on right now? I think it definitely is a big one from that standpoint.
Because you told me in passing, you think this is going to be a messy game.
It feels like it's just going to be an ugly football game because I think Denver's defense is just so good that they're going to make it really difficult, and Bo Nix is not good enough to take advantage of that and make it a game that Denver ends up winning by a touchdown or two just because the defense is so good that this is going to be one of those like 20-17, 21-20 games. It doesn't feel like it goes beyond that just because I think Denver's defense can do enough to be in the game. It's just whether or not the Chiefs can win a close game, which they haven't been able to this point.
Yeah.
I think this game is interesting because Denver's 8-2 and the Chiefs are 5-4. I've asked this question to a lot of people all week. Whose record says more of who they are? The Chiefs 5-4, the Denver Broncos being 8-2.
Man, I think it's difficult because obviously the Chiefs at 5-4 are still the Super Bowl favorites, and,
Right.
and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. And then Denver's 8-2, but it's like they're finding a way to beat all these teams, but they're ugly football games a lot of the time. I think the record maybe says more. I'm going to say about the Chiefs at 5-4, but not from the standpoint that they're not a good football team, but from the standpoint of the luck hasn't necessarily been on their side, and all they need to do is execute a little bit more down the stretch, whether it's getting a stop on defense or finding a way to be ahead in a game and making it manageable enough where Patrick Mahomes can go and end the thing and not having to worry about it. I think that this Denver being 8-2 and a fake 8-2 is more, I would be more concerned about the way Denver's playing even with the record than I would be the Chiefs because I think the Chiefs are close to figuring it out where all of a sudden the floodgates open and it's a win after win after win.
Would Denver be the best team in the NFL if they just had like Sam Darnold as their quarterback?
Yes, I think so.
So this game, J.K. Dobbins and Pat Surtain II are not going to play. What's more important for the Chiefs that's missing? J.K. Dobbins being out or Surtain being out?
I'll say Pat Surtain, just because I think, and J.K. Dobbins has had a great season to this point. I think R.J. Harvey, the rookie's done a really nice job of coming in and playing well. But when you are missing one of the best players at their position, and Pat Surtain's probably top 2, if not, he's at least top 3, it feels like something where you look at Riley Moss, and at times he's been barbecue chicken for some of these wide receivers. And not that the Chiefs necessarily have that guy that can make those plays. Maybe it's Tyquan Thornton deep or something like that because Rasheed plays so close to the line of scrimmage. It doesn't, not that they can't take advantage of Riley Moss and his inefficiency as a corner, but you don't have to worry about a player that, like, it's like if the Chiefs didn't have Trent McDuffie. There's a sense of relief if you were the Denver Broncos if that was the case. I think the same is kind of there for the Chiefs, or at least should be with Pat being out.
But the counter to me is they still have that defensive line that already has, 48, 50 sacks or something like that on the season this year. Does it really matter if Pat Surtain's not there, if that defensive line's wrecking it? Because for me, when he asked us that question earlier, I'm like, I think it's the running back. I think it's J.K. Dobbins right now because this defense is still good. They can still get to the quarterback. And my concern is that, like, Patrick Mahomes isn't going to have time to take advantage of Patrick Surtain being out of the game.
I think, and that's the argument where over the course of the time, I don't remember exactly how many games Pat Surtain's been out to this point, but they haven't missed a beat.
Yeah.
To your point, Bob, when defensively you're able to get, whether it's Benito or Allen or whoever it is, they're still effectively so good on defense that even without Pat Surtain, they still look like an effective unit where, J.K. has been good enough for them where it feels like it's weird. Bo Nix he's been worse than last year, but the offense collectively feels like it's better because from a personnel standpoint, J.K. Dobbins is there. R.J. Harvey they bring in. Troy Franklin out of Oregon is taking another step in developing. Why is Bo Nix not being a little bit better?
Mm-hmm. And they have a good offensive line.
Yeah, the offensive line is still great too. Yeah, it's very confusing. But I get the argument for J.K. Dobbins because even after, what was it? It was an ACL or was it an Achilles? I can't remember. But either way, him being back off of the injury has been so effective. Now you're just relying on one guy, which I think to the point of the way that the league has kind of shifted with going to 2 running backs at a time, Denver's has to rely more on RJ Harvey instead of just having the tandem of backs. I think it's a good argument.
So you're a big college football nerd, and we'll finish up with the NFL as well. But this weekend slate better than we might think. Tonight, Louisville, Clemson. We like Louisville in this game. We like Minnesota with the points as well in their matchup against Oregon. Mac's team has a 40.5-point spread against, I think it's like New Mexico State.
Let's go. Let's go, Mac.
What's a bigger matchup in your opinion? Texas versus Georgia or Oklahoma, Alabama?
In terms of the college football playoff picture, I think that the Texas-Georgia game is actually a really big one. I think also the headline of Arch Manning has looked better progressively as the season's gone on. If Texas loses, though, they have 3 losses. Traditionally, there's that hard line in the sand of 10-2 versus 9-3. 10-2 as an SEC team, you're automatically in because you're in the SEC. 9-3 last year, we saw Alabama miss. We saw Ole Miss miss. We saw South Carolina miss out. All of them were 9-3. So it feels like this is it's not just must win for this one for Texas. It's they got to win out the rest of the season. You're going between the hedges against a Georgia team whose defense has not been very good. They're not like a traditional Georgia defense. I mean, it feels like Texas. I think Texas is going to win the game actually, but this one I think all eyes should be on just because it's Arch Manning playoff picture. Sark, who knows what's going to happen to him? He's been rumored with NFL, with moving to the NFL and all these other things.
NFL rumors for that guy?
Tennessee?
A couple weeks ago, I think he was asked in a press conference if he's been in contact with the NFL, and he quickly was like, "I'm not talking about this," or "No, I haven't been. I'm not talking about this."
Well, I mean, Spags yesterday was asked, "I'm not interested in the Giants game. I got the Broncos." You get the point? Like that comment from Spags yesterday was like, "We're not talking about this. We're moving on. I'm not going to the Giants. We're focusing on the Denver Broncos." But Sark to the NFL, I
don't think it fits.
I don't either. That's why I'm like, oh my God. I don't think many college coach. I think Marcus Freeman fits in the NFL. I've heard Ryan Day's name being bandied around, but a year ago Ryan Day sucked.
We talked about Dan Lanning maybe making the jump.
Maybe Dan Lanning could potentially, but I think really other than I'm looking.
I wouldn't leave Eugene.
No, hell no. No chance. If I'm Dan Lanning, I'm leaving that. And I know if Drink ends up going to Penn State, people are like bring Dan Lanning home to Missouri. Why would he go to Missouri as opposed to Oregon? Not a chance. Not even in the same stratosphere. But I just think Marcus Freeman may be the only guy that I look at in college football where I say yes to the NFL.
I think that's a really good poll because I do think it is interesting when we talk about quote unquote like leader of men, if you will. Marcus Freeman feels like he's that guy.
He's that guy.
He's more of a player's coach, but also he feels like a guy that could lead an NFL team, and it makes sense. Even Dan Lanning to a point, he's taking his shirt off in recruiting videos, jumping in pools. It doesn't feel like an NFL guy. Where Marcus Freeman is like business and business only, and he cares about his players and wants the best for them, but also he knows when it's time to flip that switch and be the guy that he needs to be as a head coach. It feels like he would be the only guy.
I think the other thing that's important with him too is he has the back of veteran players.
Yeah, you said it earlier in the week.
Look at his recruiting class, and it's all like former NFL players' kids are going there. I think like Plaxico Burress's kids going to Notre Dame.
Ryan Clark's kid has been there.
Clark's been there, and I think that is more important than I think people look at, because you could say, well, there's still college kids going to a college team, right? But if their dads are like, hey, this guy can teach you this, and that's coming from me, I would think that would carry over in the NFL as well.
And I think, and I know that a lot of head coaches previously played, of course, in college, and I think that makes an impact. But for him to be as good as he was a very good player at Ohio State. He was a part of that coaching staff with Urban. He was involved with Urban Meyer and all of those things. It just hits a little bit different, I think, when you've been a star player at a school, when you've been a good player at a school that has won national titles, you've been a part of a coaching staff that is one of the best in all of college football historically. I mean, Urban Meyer, love him or hate him, he's one of the best coaches ever. You're getting a lot from that coach where now he takes what he knows and is making his own flavor out of it.
Yeah.
And he's winning at Notre Dame more than Brian Kelly ever did. It feels like he's the right guy for that Notre Dame job, but also if he were to make the jump to the NFL, then I think a lot of teams would be lucky to have a guy like that, and would be wise to go for him.
Sark to the it still just blows my mind.
He take those pants to the NFL?
I don't think Sark fits at all in the NFL. I think if he fits anything, it's college. I don't,
because wasn't going back to Marcus Freeman. Weren't they talking about last year that Ryan Day was possibly going to get fired.
That's
and then
right.
Ohio State is going to bring Freeman in.
And now a year later, they're saying Ryan Day to the NFL. And, it's amazing how one win, and winning a national championship.
It's college football, man. It's wild.
The NFL gives me like Dayball vibes. Like or Gannon vibes in Arizona.
It does feel like I think, and this has not anything to do with like historically what's happened to Sark, but the whole report that Brian Daboll was going off on Mike Kafka or whatever it was, it feels like Sark would do that to an assistant, where like if something's not going right, he would flip a lid over that assistant or whatever's going on, where it's like, dude, you need to relax a little bit, like calm down. It feels like he's that coach where, again, talk about disastrous situations. You see your coach going off on an assistant like him, and you're supposed to be composed in this situation. You're the head football coach,
Yeah, I just don't think he would have the credibility in the NFL. I think players would look at him in the league and go, nice pants, like you had mentioned, and just look at the whole body of work, and you're just like, nice. I think right now, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic, I think the University of Texas is the 4th best program right now in the state. It's behind Texas Tech with their money. It's behind SMU with their money. It's clearly behind Texas A&M at this point in time.
It is really interesting when we look at what jobs are better than others in college, because I think there's this shift going on where, and Penn State's realizing it in real time. You fired James Franklin because you weren't happy with not being able to beat good teams or whatever. He had the 5th most wins out of any coach in the last 5 years, I think, or whatever it was. You're not going to find a coach that's better than him. And instead, what you've done is, we can go get Kurt Cignetti. Well, Kurt Cignetti's getting paid because you can win anywhere now in college football. Matt Rule got an extension at Nebraska. You can win anywhere. Jeff Brom is getting an extension at Louisville. You can win anywhere in college football.
And the funny thing is, you say you could win anywhere at Nebraska. It's like, I know you're young, and it's like, you would have said that 30 years ago. People are like, this is the premier program. And now people are throwing Nebraska into the you can win anywhere, which tells you how college football has changed. Indiana's number 2 in the nation, for God's sake.
I know, it sounds ridiculous to say, even though it is my home state, the best that they'd ever done until Kurt Cignetti was 8-4. And I think Kurt Cignetti is that program. Like, if he were to leave, they would go right back to where they were.
Oh, you do believe that? It's not the NIL.
So I think NIL is a part of it, but I do think from the standpoint of being a really good college football coach and because I think there's something to wherever Nick Saban, not that him leaving made Alabama worse, but I think collectively we can all agree that they're not as good of a program, consistent, whatever it is, because Nick Saban is not there. I think the same thing kind of was with LSU, where they went through a little rough patch when Nick Saban left before, Les Miles figured it out and got things going. I think that's the same with Indiana. Or if Kurt Cignetti left, they'd go back to being maybe 6-6, 7-6, but it all depends on the coach. I think because now college football coaches, I think, represent the program more than the players do from the standpoint of just you might have guys that commit as freshmen and then bounce after their freshman year, or you got guys, the roster turnover is insane where the college football coaches make up the programs more than a quarterback makes up a team in the NFL. I just think it's interesting. Plus, I also will say this, not to throw shade at Missouri, and out of the local coaches, because you mentioned Drinkwitz. I wouldn't be surprised if Drinkwitz left after this season, given how things have gone. If Florida or LSU comes calling, I think he leaves. I know they don't want to hear that, but it's all up to Lane Kiffin. If Lane Kiffin decides to stay at Ole Miss, I think Coach Drinkwitz gets offered one of those jobs, whether it's LSU, Penn State, or Florida, because Lane Kiffin's the number 1 target. If he stays at Ole Miss, then all of a sudden Eli Drinkwitz's name is going to pop up more at the top of the page, and who's to say he won't leave just because he's a great recruiter. You can be in Florida. He feels like a Steve Spurrier type of coach. I think it just fits a little bit more in Florida for him. But
if he does leave, what does Missouri do?
That's where I would be freaking out if I was a Missouri fan. Because
says Brian Kelly.
Oh, I wouldn't wish Brian Kelly on Mizzou. I guess
I don't know how much. This is the thing for Missouri is I don't know how much money they have. Where if James Franklin hasn't taken a job yet, I would throw everything I have at James Franklin if Coach Drinkwitz left. But what I worry about for Missouri is the portal window's open from the 2nd of January to the 16th. If Lane Kiffin, let's say they get eliminated on January 10th, and he says, you know what, no, I'm not going, and then they offer Drinkwitz and he leaves. That's a 5-day window in the portal for Missouri to not to keep players on the roster, hire a head coach, and then try to get players in the portal again before it closes on January 16th. So it's a very tight window where if Drinkwitz leaves and it's in the middle of January, that Missouri's program could be hurting next season just from the standpoint of where the portal window goes. Also, who knows what coaches are hired at that point? Like, they could be in a tough spot if Drinkwitz leaves, I guess, depending on when he leaves.
So going back to your area of focus, which is the AFC North, Baltimore winning that division?
I think so, yes.
Is Burrow back before they play the Ravens?
Before they play Baltimore, no.
Because they play the Steelers, they play the Patriots.
Yep.
Got to win both those games, you think?
I don't think so. I think they need to win one of the two.
Because they go Cincinnati goes Pittsburgh, Patriots, Ravens, Bills, Ravens.
Yep.
Yeesh.
And I think Joe Burrow is on pace. It seems like to be back on that Thanksgiving Day game against Baltimore
Next Thursday, or no, next, but a week from Thursday.
Yes, yeah. So I think that if they can beat Pittsburgh this weekend, it doesn't matter what happens to New England. I think they got a shot at the division because Joe Burrow said it this week, even in his availability. I think the only chance, even for Baltimore, even the only chance that they have, I think, of making the playoffs is winning the division. I don't think two AFC North teams get into the playoffs.
No,
so
I don't either.
You got to be able to win the division. And Lamar's been iffy with practice this week. It'll be interesting to see how the carryover continues. The more that he gets hit with all of these games, he's going to have to play in every single one of them for Baltimore to make it. I think Baltimore still wins the division, but if the Bengals beat Pittsburgh this weekend, then I think there's a potential chance.
Chiefs beating Denver?
I think Denver's going to win the game. I think it's 20-17.
Mac, that's your boy. That's your boy over here. Somebody said Mac's voice sounds different. That's hilarious. So you think they lose this game, but that the season's not over?
Oh, no. I think it's crazy. Before the season, and I didn't think it would go exactly this way, I picked the Chiefs to be 5-5 after 10 games.
That's funny. I remember that topic.
And then they would win, and then they would run the table, and they would win every game afterwards.
Did you save that audio?
I would have to go find. I'll have to go find it
because I remember that discussion.
It's in our.
That's funny.
I'll go find it because I saved the segment as a preseason predictions. But I said they'd be 5-5, and then they would win every single game after that. I thought they would win the division. It seems like a far stretch if they lose this one, obviously to Denver. But I think that's still potentially the case here, where if they lose to Denver, then they beat the Colts, and I think they could get hot, and they would be, regardless of where they're at, the hottest team in the league going into the playoffs, which would scare the living daylights out of anybody in the AFC.
Okay. Well, we appreciate the time, Drew.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
You got it.
It's Drew Nixon of 10 to 2 with Cody and Gold. Normally today will be Logan, a.k.a. Logie Berra, and Alex Gold and Drew Nixon, and that is the roundtable presented by KS Lottery. Get in the game with the Chiefs Kingdom Scratch ticket, only available from the Kansas Lottery. Top prize is $75,000 plus enter drawings for a chance to win Chiefs experiences. See kslottery.com. Coming up on the other side, our Richards of the Week here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
It's a Red Friday on 96.5 The Fan and the other place, especially with these great game day specials. 8 wings and a basket of tots for $12 plus $4 domestic OP cups. The other place, the next best thing to being at the game.
If you're a man waking up in the middle of the night dealing with frequent urination, it could be an enlarged prostate. This is Jeff Montgomery. Do what I did. Contact Dr. Brown at Miva Medical, the leader in minimally invasive treatments in Kansas City. Go to miva-medical.com.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Imagine being a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit BigBlue.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-777-1225. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-777-1225. That's 800-777-1225 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-777-1225. 800-777-1225.
The Kansas Lottery Holiday Millionaire Raffle is your best odds of winning $1 million. The next early bird drawing is November 16th for a chance at $30,000.
He's electric on the field. Now, save your worthies giving back off the field. Join him December 15th at the Intercontinental KC for Uncork for a Cause. Wine, food, and football fun benefiting the Worthy Ones Foundation. Get your tickets now at uncorkkc.com.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy. Hold me. Richard of the Week.
Not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
All right, we're back at it. Fescoe and Dusty, 96.5 The Fan, as we do every day, or every Friday, I should say at this time. It is the Richard of the Week. We take a look at some people who made asses of themselves this week.
Let's do it.
Get bent. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. What the hell was that?
I'll start it off because everyone's going to hate me for this, but my Richard of the Week are all of you asshats out there that think you can play better golf than these people that did it on the YouTube Invitational.
Yes.
My gosh.
I've seen a lot of that.
Dude.
It's crazy.
So annoying. All these guys that are out here complaining about the cheating that happened last night with Mo having the slope on, I 100% think that was the case. There was an incident where Paige Spiranac was stomping around the ball in the rough. Can't do that. I understand. But it's funny because we get keyboard warriors all the time, right? And you get all these guys like, this person shouldn't even be allowed to play golf. This sucks. You're trying to cheat. I guarantee you're the one that's fluffing your ball in the rough. You're the one that's taking your ball out of a divot, which, by the way, is cheating. You cannot do that. But you don't play that golf. YouTube golfers don't play that golf either. So enough with all this criticism of something that's been fun, that's been entertaining, and then, of course, always ruined by a few. There's always a few bad sunflower seeds in the bag. But again, like all these people that sit back with a fun event and just cannot have fun with it have to be like, like Binkley was watching it last night, obviously because Paige Spiranac was involved, but he was sending me all these screenshots of like the live feed of comments. And I mean, just some of the worst things you could possibly think of were being said. And here's the funny part. Paige Spiranac would beat every single one of those golfers, and it wouldn't be close, and she'd play from whatever tees you want to play from. So, again, just relax, have fun, enjoy something that's different and fun. I get it, and everybody likes Barstool, and everybody likes Bob Does Sports.
Then don't watch it.
Exactly, but why watch and just be negative?
Well, that's why I've like basically divested myself from the social media world, because that's what it is. It's just all negative, and that you on social media are better than everybody else, and you know you see that for baseball or football or basketball. Everybody thinks that they can go out there and do what these athletes are doing, and the fact of the matter is you can't. No matter how good you think you are, you're not going to go out there and do what any of these athletes are doing in any sort of professional sport. And so you got to kind of keep that in mind. But again, also too, I mean, social media is where people go just to be negative jerks, and so that's why I pretty much cut it all out of my life. It's not worth my time to sit there on social media and hear what people have to say, because it is negative, and that hurts my brain. Exactly, Mac. It's toxic. And I don't put myself in toxic situations. I try to remove myself from as many toxic situations as I possibly can. Social media is a toxic situation with a lot of people that have sad lives. And it really is. They're trying to make up for their sad life of being, friendless. That's the only thing I can think of, and I hate to be harsh by that, but like if you're on there and you're hanging out on social media and all you have is negative things to say, maybe look in the mirror. Maybe that's on you.
Mm-hmm. I was just impressed just now at how well you pronounced toxic situation 3 times.
Toxic situation
really good.
is very, very hard to pronounce.
The taste of your lips so prominent. From the 660. No, I'm better, I promise.
Mac, who's on your list today for Richard of the Week?
I would say this happened I think it was the second night when we were in España. We were at a restaurant, and this huge family, obviously from America, walks in. I say obviously just because...
Well, because they were acting like jerks.
They were loud. They were jerks. They
stand out like sore thumbs. When you go overseas, you start to see what Americans are actually...
It was embarrassing.
Okay, good.
It was embarrassing. I was like, God, because now I'm being associated with them probably.
Yeah.
And they were getting upset at the server for not being able to clearly communicate with them. This server speaks no English. You're
in their country.
Sorry, dude.
Oh, they weren't doing the speaking English stuff.
Well, they don't know what they want to get. They don't know the answers. They can't go past. They're trying to count. They've got 8 people with them. They can't count past Trace. So
maybe that's not the best vacation for you.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, let's go to Spain where we don't know any Spanish language. You know, mad at a bunch of people.
Take a week in Florida.
Destin would have been awesome.
Yeah, Destin would have been fantastic. Man. Port Aransas would have been fantastic.
I bet they went to the McDonald's and got a beer.
Yeah. I mean, if you
go to Floribama, I don't know, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it's a fun place, dude.
It is. Sure, but that's maybe more their speed. I mean, if you go to a foreign country and you're mad that they don't speak English, the foreign country's not for you. It just isn't.
I shouldn't be flabbergasted, but I was just taken. I was like, damn it. Come on, guys. What are we doing?
So they were rude.
Yeah, they were rude. They were loud. They were snobby. I'm trying to think if they were arrogant, but more than that, they just felt like they deserved, right? Arrogant. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, arrogant Americans. Yeah. It's why the folks in Europe are like, please don't come here anymore.
Exactly. I'm like, damn, dude, you're putting this name out for all of us.
Somebody said, the guy said, I'm better, I promise. They said, good to see Drew's taxi to the end of the show. Can shoot 72 from the members tees at Augusta.
Very good. Yeah, very good.
That's awesome.
But no, that you got that experience too, because yes, they're very, very timid about, they'll take our money, but our behavior is not.
You guys don't have a chalupa on the menu?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Where's the nachos Belgrande?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You guys got any of that cerveza?
I'm like, oh no.
Well, that happened to me. I was at Libations on a date, and these people came and like hoarded our like right behind us, and they were like, "You guys have Tito's?"
Yes,
and
every
like the
bar has
bartender was like,
Tito's.
"But they don't." And the bartender was like,
wow.
"Well, we have different vodkas. We have like these, and we also have. Do you have a Bud Select?"
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did, Bob. And the bartender goes, "I'm sorry, sir. This is Libations. I'm aware. Apparently, you're not." And so we got a free huge table because these people were behind us and wouldn't stop asking Bud Select. And then he goes, then the last question, I promise this is a real story. He goes, do you have Sprite? My wife likes vodka Sprite, like Kettle One and Sprite. I was like, Llewellyn's is right there.
Yeah.
Bricks is right there. Stewie's is right there. Like you walk into Libations, you're going, yeah, this is probably going to be about $15, $16 cocktail. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It's called Libations.
Yeah, you got to know going in.
It's not called Bud Selects.
I mean that's on you. That people always use and I'm sure you guys would agree with this. The customer is always right. No, no.
I got sent home from Jack Stack one time because I got in an argument with our pre-shift meeting. The manager's like, "Customer's always right." I said, "They're not."
No, they're not.
And he was like, "What's that?" I said, "They're not always right." And he's like, "An example." I was like, "How much time do we have?" You know what, Dusty? I can already tell you're not having a good day. Get out of here. I was like, thanks.
See ya.
Talk to you later.
Yeah,
All right, Bob,
I mean, it's just the customer's not always right. It just isn't. All right, mine comes from actually the airport world. Shockingly, I mean, every week you could just do a search for behavior on airplanes. This one actually affects Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
4 congressmen flying to Washington, D.C. had their plane diverted to Kansas City after another passenger got too rowdy and maybe too political. Four senators, representatives from Arizona, they're going from Phoenix to Washington, D.C., were all seated on an American Airlines flight from Phoenix to D.C. Wednesday night when a disruptive passenger forced the aircraft to make an emergency landing in Kansas City. FlightAware showed that the plane had been up in the air for more than 2.5 hours before landing. While the passenger was behaving unruly, it remains unclear what exactly she did to prompt the diversion. Once the plane parked at the gate, KCPD boarded the plane, escorted her off the plane. Another passenger got the video, which is great. Sorry, folks, and that was it. And the plane went back up and on their way to Washington, D.C. And the reason I continue to do this with the airline industry is because we are now getting into the travel season where everybody's going to be going places. Everybody has somewhere to be this travel season, whether you're driving, you're flying, whatever you're doing, however you're going, whatever's going on. You getting to your place is no more important than anybody else getting to where they need to go. It is not your airport. It is not your flight. It is not your security line. If you're going to be a Richard at the airport, you better be getting there 3-4 hours early if that's the way you're going to behave, so you can take all the time you need to get through that security line. Being late, that's not my problem. The plane being delayed, not my problem. You've got to find a way to control yourself in travel. The airport brings out the worst in all of us. It always has. The holidays at the airport bring out the worst in all of us.
Oh, yeah.
But you are now, with your behavior, having impacts on thousands of other people that are trying to get where they need to go. And so if you're on an airplane, if you're in public transportation, sit your ass down and shut the F up and let the plane or bus get to where it needs to go, because there are other people that lives are being impacted because of your behavior and your selfish attitude. Sit down and shut up.
Kiss my ass. It is our last thing we do today. It's our score prediction, and it is brought to you by Bet365. The getaway to big wins is coming soon to Missouri with Bet365. Bob, go ahead.
35-0 Chiefs. Let's go.
Mac?
Shocker. 27-17 Chiefs.
I'll take 28-14 Chiefs. Those are our score predictions brought to you by Bet365. The gateway to big wins is coming soon to Missouri with Bet365. Boys, we're here. We're here.
Biggest game that we've seen with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
I am sports horny. I know that I'm hard. I am so ready for this game. I hate Denver with every fiber in my being. I hope they lose. I hope they talk a bunch of stuff and they don't get through with it. Yeah, yeah, dude. I almost did it. But, man, I don't know how much more I can bleed out my hatred for the Denver Broncos. I hate John Elway. I hate Mike Shanahan. Jim Rome called him the rat because he was. They put Vaseline on their jerseys. They cheated. Terrell Davis stole the Neil Smith Band-Aid over his nose. John Elway looked like a horse. Denver cheats. They're terrible. Their stadium sucks. The incomplete chant sucks. F Denver, Kansas City, go be the team that you can be. Go rip the heart out of their fan base. The hell with them being 8-2. The hell with you being 5-4. Show them your trophy case and let them watch the video one more time of John Elway handing that Lombardi trophy to Patrick Mahomes with tears coming out of his eyes and I don't even know where I'm going with this. F Denver, go Chiefs. I've had enough.
Yeah, let's do it. Just go out there, take care of business, show everybody that you are. Everybody believes that you're the best team in the NFL. Everybody believes you're the best team to have an opportunity to win the Super Bowl. Go out there and do it. It's pretty simple this weekend. Go show the world why they have faith in you.
Go be Patrick Mahomes.
Go show the world why they have faith in you. And go out there and beat the Denver Broncos and send a message. It's time.
I want Andy to gel his mustache.
I want Andy to get a handlebar mustache.
I hope he does, man. Go.
You're right when you say show the world, though, Bob. It's not just us. The world has them favored 3.5 points. They believe in Kansas City. So should we. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Show the world how good you are.
Somebody says Elway's Steakhouse sucks. I'm going to end there.
Is that still open? Get in.
Hey, go do something nice for somebody this weekend. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Kansas City, stay kind, stay safe, stay groovy. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Get your damn leaves done. Coming up next, it's Logan. It's true. It's Logan. It's gold, and it's true. We'll talk to you on Monday.